Hi. Sorry, I forgot how to do this. Gosh, what's going on, everybody? Welcome and welcome back to Georgia, Carolina. This is your gated and discrimination free community where we personalize culture and entertainment and then curate a conversation that is based on self discovery and growth. I am your pop culture coordinator of all things inclusion and awareness, Jordan Renee, and I'm happy to have you guys back for another video. Okay, so we're like live and stuff, and it's been a minute for me. I have not been live in a very long time. It's been a few months, so excuse me if I don't have all my shit together. I'm figuring it out. But I just wanted to go live because I have had an extremely crazy weekend, and it's led to like some crazy things going on with my channel, and I've just had to like I'm figuring out how to uh bounce back and to recover from the things that are going on. So I kind of just want to talk to you guys about it, and just kind of pivot and get some inspiration and some words from you guys, because I was like I was literally 2 seconds away from like canceling my whole channel. I was like, I can't do it. Like, it's not gonna happen. Like all the work I've worked for. Listen, here's the story. First, hey everybody in the room. Hey Elaine, Rosemary, Chris is backstage. What's up, baby? Um, Trish is here. Hello, Diva. You and your hair. Hi to the both of you. Rosemary on the mod. Thank you so much. Gabriella. Thank everybody here. Um, let's just talk about what's been going on. Miss Bernice, hi, babe. Um, so those of you who know me, I'm a very simple girl, right? So like I do everything from my phone. I record, I edit, I post, I do my analytics. Like I check everything from my phone, right? So I had already been working on like a broken phone pretty much for a while because um my phone broke, got caught in the door, da 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 da. Long story. So I had already been working with a broken phone for a while, trying to like keep everything together, keep my channel going, doing all of this, and the third. And so basically, dropped my phone. Basically, my screen fell out of my phone in the middle of me editing a video. Mind you, I've been working on a few videos for a while, right? So there's a couple things that I'm working on over the course of this weekend. The high of my weekend before all of this went down was I did an interview with a YouTuber that is a big deal, um, especially a big deal to me. And I don't want to talk about it yet because the interview's done and everything. It's not like I can jinx it, but I just want to like get it done. Um, and like recover the footage and actually do it. Like it's just a lot going on because I'm nervous that like I've lost all of this footage, all of this, not the interview specifically, but just all of the videos that I was working on. I was working on like 4 videos that that I had in process that were coming out over the next week. And I just like I lost all of that. So it was just like fried, right? So it was just a lot because, mind you, I have a laptop, but it's funny. It acts funny with me. I need new antivirus software, and it's just a lot going on, and I can't recover the footage from the videos that I was working on from my laptop, right? The interview I can recover since that I had a way to work out, but it's just been really frustrating because in the in the on the small scale of things, it sounds like, oh, you just broke your phone, it's all good, you'll be fine. But to me, it's a lot bigger than that. Like it's my channel is the only thing that I have to keep me going right now, right? Like my channel is like the key to my mental stability, right? And so doing this and having a direct lane of advocacy and activism to speak to people has been my saving grace mentally because I haven't felt like I've really been able to speak or advocate for myself, right? So doing something that was bigger than me was my safe space. It was my way of coping with all of the things that were going on with me, and losing all of that footage and losing all of the things that were going on. It was just like everything just crashed for me, right? Not to mention, those of you who may or may not know, I am transitioning. I am on hormones, which means my emotions are all over the goddamn place. Um, so there's that. There's the stuff going on with my channel. And then I have a lot personally that I'm dealing with that I don't talk about and I won't talk about. Um, because I just, keep some things for yourself, protect your peace. Those of you who were with us on Adam's channel the other day, that was my thing. Um, but I'm just I'm pivoting. I'm figuring it out. So I wanted to just do something creative to just kind of pick myself back up and kind of like push myself to keep going. And even though I can't put out those videos right now, I can still go and do these lives and have fun and just, da 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 da. Um, Sorry, I just read a comment from Miss Bernice. She said, get a Q-Link phone, the free phone from the government. They are giving out 5G phones. I got mine last week as a backup phone. I would definitely consider that. Thank you so much, love. Um, I just, I'm just working on not necessarily crashing when things like this happen, because I'm one of those people who I am very structured and I have a plan and I have a set way of things going, and I plan things out for the day, the week, the year, right? So I am very invested in things being structured. I don't like change. I'm a Virgo. So I just had a moment trying to figure it out, but we're doing Jaunt in Georgia right now. Um, and it's gonna be like a live show that I'm doing. I think I may do it once a week, twice a week, just depending on when I feel like going live, and just kind of chat about not necessarily serious things. If the conversation, you're a Virgo too, Trish. Oh, we gotta talk. Um, just not about like the serious things. I want to come on, KiKi, chat, have fun, talk the shit, shoot the shit, do all of the things, and because my channel is so heavy and I base my channel around a lot of heavy subjects that I have going on, I needed to decompress and plug out for a second, and so I just wanted to come on and have some fun with you guys, and I also missed kind of talking to you all directly. I have not done a live in a very long time because I was not in a mental space to curate a conversation with other people, especially about heavy subjects. Those of you who were with me during my Justifiably Jordan phase of my channel know that I was trying to really curate very impactful conversations through an empathic lens, and it ended up taking a bit of a toll on me. Hey, all the people that are joining the room. Hey, Michelle. Hey, Kendra. What's going on, love? Hey, Michelle's a Virgo too. Okay, Virgo gang. Gabriel's ascendant is a Virgo. I love to see it. So you all get why I am like not happy with a lot of things going on right now. But with that being said, let's just have some fun. I have Krista backstage already. I'm gonna drop the call-in link for anybody who wants to call in and just kick it. I want to just talk about whatever. Um, just see how you guys are doing. There are some stuff that I'm working on, so let's just chat for a second. There was some stuff that I wanted to cover, but I can't remember the points right now, so let's just talk.
Oh, hello.
Hi, honey.
Hi. I must say, I'm very impressed, very surprised, and very proud of you right now. This was the last thing I expected, and I'm so proud of you right now. And you know why? Because, of course, I didn't expect you to do this. Of all things, for you to go live on your channel right now,
if Kristen's DMs could talk right now.
It's like, is she feeling okay? I'm going to make sure she's all right.
I'm not. to be perfectly honest,
You
I'm not
know.
okay. Like I'm not. I'm very upset. I'm not happy. I am just.
Well, that's why we're all
But
here.
yes, very seriously, because doing things like this are what like keeps me going. Like that's why I've literally called into Adam's channel and been crying backstage, been cussing and going off backstage. Literally just got in a fight with my husband and then called into the channel and did the show. Like it's just a lot. You know what I mean? And
Absolutely.
so I'm just, I'm holding it together and doing things that are creative that allow me to talk about anything but necessarily myself, even though a lot of the situations that I talk about are things that I go through, being, social justice issues, blah, blah, blah. But just coming on and being able to talk about housewives, talk about how shitty people's clothes are, talk about how crazy this reunion of Salt Lake City was. Mind you,
You could be Jennifer
I
Shaw right
just,
now, okay? We could
I
all
just,
have
I
it
could be,
so much
I could
worse.
be I could be Jennifer Shaw or I could be Erica Jane.
This poor chick is trying to say she don't want to go to court tomorrow. She said she can't get there on time. She's all the way in
Listen,
Salt Lake.
girl. Listen.
Sorry.
I need to bring up a fellow Virgo that's gonna be able to balance me out because I'm a little unhinged, so I may just kind of like just go completely off today. So let's just we'll have fun, I swear. Hi Josh!
Hello. Hello.
The
Sorry.
icon.
Hi.
Hi,
I always forget.
baby.
What is puppy's name? I always forget.
Leo.
Leo.
This is Leo.
Leo and a Virgo. I love that.
Yes.
I'm telling
And
you, all of my meaningful relationships ever in my life are Virgos and Scorpios. My husband, my best friend, my work life, my everybody in my life is that has any meaning in relationships are Virgos and Scorpios. Thank you.
wow, my son is a Scorpio, and yeah, he's got those pinchers, he's got he can have a sharp tongue, I guess is the best way to say it. But now that I know you're a Virgo, Jordan, that explains so much.
Does it explain everything now?
It explains so much. Yeah, because you're, trying to stay in control of everything. And as a fellow Virgo, and this is what I learned, I had well, and that's what happens. I always had to, I too felt like I wanted to be in control. I went to college, I went to law school. I don't like change. So I went from Roanoke, Virginia to Charlottesville, Virginia to Richmond, Virginia. I've lived in the same house for 23 years, and will probably carry me out of here. So, like you, I don't like change. But after I had two boys within almost a year, so they're 15 months apart. And once I had the second child, who's the Scorpio, who can be a handful, it was like trying to drink water out of a fire hydrant. It was like being shot out of a cannon every morning and running a marathon and, just trying to hang on. And that's when I realized that you can set your overall goals. You can try to have a 5-year, 10-year plan, but, you also have to be flexible. You have to be like a reed in the wind, so that you don't snap. You can instead be more flexible and go with the flow sometimes because you can never.
You Virgos would tell my husband that. Literally, like I'm listening to, he's in the same house he's been in his whole life, the same job for the last 20 years. He had the same car since high school. He was even wearing the same clothes since high school when I met him. Like he's a typical Virgo. And if you guys say that, I'm like, oh my God. He doesn't ever even, if it's not broke, don't fix it.
Well, it's like I told you all. Oh, yeah. I was just, I had a rather chaotic childhood. And so, once I found a way, once I found some stability and continuity, I just, dug right in. And, that's how I feel safe and grounded is, because then I've got a place that's, like I said, safe and grounded. And then when everything around me is not in control, at least I feel like I've got this place, this a home. So
that's
what I need.
I always talk about feeling safe. Like I've never felt like peace, like safe, or like that peace of mind at night. where like you don't have to worry about somebody's going to make you leave, or like they have control over
Right.
how long you stay, or if you pay or you don't pay, or just your all over peace of mind. Like I didn't have that, so I moved until I had my own place. So it was like, I'm a
And also
Sagittarius. So.
seeing, as I've mentioned, my in-laws recently passed, and the fact that they lived this wonderful life and had this big family, and everybody stayed close, and you realize, gosh, at the end, even though they had this wonderful, beautiful, perfect life, we're still going to die. You know what I mean? It kind of makes you think that
100%.
the overall picture, if you're not enjoying or trying to enjoy at least a few minutes each day, what's the point? What's the
Exactly.
Yeah.
point? And so watching, because my husband's family has been here, for generations and generations, it's interesting to see the real big picture and the arc of the lives coming and going, and seeing that we're really just a blip. So, just make the most of it.
We're just having a human experience on this earth right now. There's
That's
so
right. And
much
like I
more.
said, we're just walking each other home,
Just
Yeah.
right?
I
That expression.
haven't heard that phrase in so long. And when you said it yesterday, I was like, ooh,
Yeah.
the
It's the truth,
nostalgia.
right?
It
I feel
really
like we're just,
is. Like, mhm.
It's just sad,
I
like to
didn't.
see the way, like with Putin, like how like he is actively choosing to treat those people and be violent. Like they wanted to do some kind of resolution, and he says too late. Like who in their right mind, obviously not him, does that? Like I just don't understand how, like why we're still treating each other that
that, again, that that puts things into perspective too, right? I might feel like, oh, I'm having a bad hair day, or, I'm not getting along with my husband, or, but then you look at the real big picture of life and humanity, and it puts it all in perspective. But there is no excuse for those gnarly outfits at the reunion. Jordan, you
Listen,
said you just watched the reunion.
Oh,
What, what, there's just no excuse for that. And it looked like they all had the same designer, right? Because it was all that velvet, and it was like a bad,
Heather's was from like David's Bridals, which I don't. I'm not against her going to David's
right? Like
Bridals
it
and
was,
getting her dress,
it was
but I wonder why don't they have a budget? I thought they got a budget and they got
it was,
choices.
it was almost like
Heather
a
Gay's company has
parody
made
of a
$40 million
pageant.
in a movie.
Yeah, that doesn't make sense. So, it was like a parody, I thought, of a pageant, a bad pageant, where you put people in ridiculous, sparkly clothes.
I
I
think
just didn't
Meredith. I didn't
understand that.
understand
Like
her.
if they
her
gave Honey Boo Boo her own pageant, like the
yeah.
JoJo Siwa dance challenge, and like if Honey Boo Boo got her own pageant,
I
girl.
mean, tell
Here's the
her herself
thing.
has to take her gloves off because it's messing up the audio. I'm like, oh my
Here's
god,
the thing.
And they were so
I
tacky. It was just gauche. It was gauche.
They were
horrible.
channeling the Muppets. Go off, Coffee Buzz. But you're right, though. You're not
It
wrong.
was just
Here's the
gauche.
thing. For some
It was
reason,
just
and
gauche.
y'all can go ahead and read me. Y'all can read me on my own channel. It's fine. I don't mind. I still like Whitney's outfit. I've been looking at it for weeks. I have been it's the only one that stood out. It's the only one I like. I will say that. I wanted to like Heather's outfit so bad, but it's like one of those outfits girls buy to go to homecoming when they mama ain't gonna pay for it, so they scrape together their money from working at the food store real quick, down
Dead
to the
shop,
gas
dead
station.
shop, circa
Very that.
1999 or like
It's
2000s.
very
Yeah.
that. It just, and I will say it
No,
again,
we're
the
talking
hem of that
1980.
garment.
I mean, I went to prom in the 80s.
Me
I
too.
was
Well,
that looked like
yeah.
the 80s. Bad. The hem
The
of
Yeah.
hem of
which
Heather's
garment?
dress is offensive. The hem of Heather's
I don't
dress is
think I noticed
offensive.
it.
It
It's
was
What did
so
it do?
thick.
blue. It's
It's
just
just
blue.
it looks very hand sewn. Like it looks tailored, but you can tell it's being presented like that's
Badly.
how it's supposed to look. But it looks like she just got it shortened. But it just it looks very just like, oh, just shorten it real quick so I won't trip over it. So somebody hand stitched it at the bottom real quick. That's what it looks like. It looks very obvious. It looks very like
Yeah.
somebody, it looks very sewing class. Thank you, Michelle. Somebody else loves Whitney's outfit. I love that outfit.
I have to
I
check
just
it
can't get
out.
over it.
Why
I didn't
one
bring
glove?
up pictures or anything.
Why one
I
glove?
think,
What's
like,
the
for
point?
me,
I must have totally missed it.
I grew up a
Let me
fashion
see.
rat, so to me, like it's very like it's very YSL. It's very Gaultier to me. So I love that. Like to me, it's just older fashion for me. For me, it's like 80s, 90s, like editorial fashion. So I loved like the one arm thing. I don't mind it. I just appreciated that it went off. Like, I don't see these outfits anymore. So when Kanye started dressing Kim with the head to toe, full glove coverage, pants that go into the shoe, it's completely monochrome covered. I haven't seen outfits like that since Grace Jones was pulling up to the bumper.
It's
So
bad. It's real bad.
Yes.
so I just miss that. So for some reason, just seeing
Icon.
that look, see, we all know, like, Grace Jones is tattooed on this arm right here. So like, I will always like, I want to walk into any room like that. So it was just something about Whitney's, and it's my favorite color. It's green. So
Well,
that's
I
probably
did.
Is
I was
that
part of
going
it.
to say,
Did
I
she
love
got
the
they got
color.
didn't the Project One runway make her dress? Is that it? Is that the
Christian
only one that
Siriano,
made it?
or was one of the people from this season?
Yeah, I thought who made their reunion looks? Was it? What did they do? Salt Lakes or no?
No,
I don't
No.
know, but I did
I
see
don't know.
somewhere where
But
somebody found Heather's dress online for $144.
At
Now,
David.
mind you,
Yeah,
the price
reunion.
doesn't matter to me. I don't care how much you spend on the
Mm-mm.
dress. We all know that I am not the materialistic one. But when it looks cheap, that is the
right.
problem.
That's my problem. Is I felt like it was cheap. It was cheap looking. It was gauche. It was gaudy, and it was almost
Thrown
like a
together.
caricature or a parody where you take velvet and then you go into Michael's and you get all the cheap chandelier beads that you then
That's what the
stitch on the
front of
gloves, and then
Jennifer
you
Shaw's
get
dress looked like. It looked like somebody just got like
exactly, and that's what
rows and rows of just beads and just hot
those
glued it right
chandelier.
on her breast.
Bid.
That's right. They look like those chandelier crystals that you can buy to replace, those chandelier pieces. And then they were also on her gloves. That's why it was causing an audio issue. But to me, um, I don't mind maximalism if you do it properly. But if you do it, I mean, to me, it just looked like a cheap um, high school home ec, try to do an 80s parody of a prom or a pageant look. So you go for
It
the
looks like it
velvet.
was like, it almost looks like it, like, mind you, I got the velvet part of it because they're in Utah. It's cold. So I guess it's supposed to look warm, I guess. That part kind of made sense to me. Or maybe I'm just a drag queen, so I just think like that. But like, I just like that part made sense to me, but it was just the way they were executed. Like, it looked like Dynasty on acid.
Dynasty. I didn't
Yes,
even think of that. Dynasty.
that's the
Yes.
80s.
Yes. Yes.
Exactly.
Oh my
It
God.
That's
looked
what I
like
was saying. It was
Dynasty
like
Especially
on.
the
Meredith's hair.
80s.
Oh yeah. There you go.
That's
It looked like
exactly right.
Crystal
It's like,
Carrington.
Carrington dropped acid
right.
and then had a full mommy
Perfect.
dearest anxiety attack in Joanne's fabric.
Yes. Yep. Too much fabric
Yes.
for
Like,
Meredith. Like I'm just looking at it. She was drowning in her clothes. She was
that's one of
drowning.
the things I wanted to bring up. Okay, so I did a video not too long back when I was still recapping the episodes of this season. This season has been so long because I feel like I was gone for 2 months and I hadn't made pre-records about this show since before then. This show has been going on for 6 months apparently.
Wow.
But not like literally, but just like it's been going on for a long time.
Long
But I
time.
did a recap of an episode a while back where I said something and I was trying to be very hesitant about the way. Thank you, Shane. I really appreciate it. Smash the like button. You know, I'm not a YouTuber. Like, I'm very like organic with it. Like, if you like the video, like the video. If you don't, I'm not gonna tell you what to do. It's your own damn finger. Push the button if you want to. But thank you. That's why we have moderators. Thank you, Shane. I will make you one because you know you're on the ball. So there was a moment where I was talking very hesitantly about Meredith's chest area in a confessional, right? And I was saying, now mind you, I was asking for opinions from women born with breasts because I'm just trying to grow mine. I take my little progesterone every day trying to get my little bitties up, okay? So
Jordan,
I don't know
I'm trying to grow mine too, so don't feel bad.
I only want a B cup. Like she's not greedy. Like
That's
I
all
don't
you
ask
need.
for much.
That's all you need. Anything more than a mouthful is a waste.
Thank you. Like it's just overkill. These cups don't need to run it over. If
there you go. That's right.
So like I was asking, I was like, her chest looks very I think singular might have been the word I used at the time.
Like a uniboob?
Uniboob?
Yes.
Oh, yes. Because it had that mesh that just...
And it looked like... No, not even at that
he's
part.
Talking
it was
about
in a confessional.
A
where
confessional
it was
just
look. Exposed cleavage. Oh. And it looked like there was no space in between her breasts. I'm not being funny. I'm not being funny. I'm not being funny. I swear to God, I am not trying to body shame her. I was literally trying to act... Because in the video, I was like, is this... Like, does this occur in nature? Or is this like her breast implants just didn't have enough tissue? Come to find out, she was wearing a breastplate.
Oh my God, they said that. I didn't know why they were saying that either.
They were saying that she was wearing a breastplate. And I was like, that all makes sense now.
What is that for, though?
What do you mean? Like,
what is a breastplate for?
A fashion?
Drag queen in the room. So I'll explain breastplates.
Please.
Breastplates are something that are regularly seen in the drag queen community where men who are presenting as women in drag and like they want to go for that hyper feminine realization, they will get like silicone form breastplates that basically will simulate the look of a full woman's breast, right? And like it like you like get it to like match your skin tone and it like blends in and da. So like when you're in drag, you can't like it's giving very like va voom. Do you know what I mean? But then you can go backstage and take it off.
You mean like those little chicken cutlet things that you can put in a bra?
I've used those, but that's not what I'm talking about. Right, go and look up breastplates for drag queens, and it's like a full thing. There are ones that are like there are ones that like just snap around the neck like on Velcro, then they just hang right here like a bib.
I gotcha. Like, and she was wearing that?
Why would she have to wear that?
That's weird.
I don't know why she was wearing one, but because I watched the reunion specifically to figure that out because I had seen like clips of it, but I didn't know what they were talking. But I kept seeing this on Twitter about this breastplate, and I was like, "What the hell are they talking about? Who was wearing a breastplate?" Yeah. Then when they said Meredith, that's the first thing I thought about was
the uniboob.
Makes sense now. That's why she had no because it was literally. Now you see what I'm talking about.
Could she have gotten something done, a mastectomy or something? Remember, she said she had a lot going on.
She had a lot going on. It's possible but see, and when I was watching the reunion, I was like, I'm gonna get ate up if I say this out loud, but I am usually the one who does that. So I was like, girl, like the way God, I'm finna sound like an asshole when I say this. Ooh, y'all don't kill me. Oh my God. But the way she was talking about it, it was giving very like Kim Zolciak-ish. Like,
yeah, I'm looking at it right now.
Like, y'all don't eat me up for this. Y'all please don't eat me up for this. Just bear with me. The way Mia from Real Housewives of Potomac talked about what's going on with her medically. Mind you, this just may be my Virgoing. Caveat. But I'm one of those type of people who, if you don't tell me what it is, I don't believe it. So like somebody could tell me you have cancer all day, and if you don't specifically tell me out of your own mouth I have cancer, I will never believe it. Do you get what I mean? The wording of her post was very Kim Zolciak season 1 for me. It was very like she was saying enough for you to believe she has cancer without actually saying she has cancer.
Wow.
Now, mind you, I'm not speculating or I'm not saying I'm skeptical of the fact that she has something going on. That's not what I'm saying. Clearly, she got test results back that was immediate. They told her to come in, da-da-da-da-da. But I'm trying to figure out how or why someone would reveal something like that in bits and pieces and crumbs like that.
And
like, why leave a breadcrumb trail? And like, if you don't know exactly what it is yet, if you don't have all the facts, if you don't know everything yet, just wait till the damn show comes out. Let it be your storyline and talk about it then, and then we can go back and you can say, well, during this time, I was going through this at the time, blah, 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 and then speak about it retrospectively. But the way she worded it, anybody who is not a fan of Mia Thornton is going to instantly have doubt that she's actually saying she has cancer. I'm not saying I doubt that, but I'm one of those people who plays devil's advocate to a fault. So I think about everything from multiple angles. I'm like, girl, the way you worded that sounds real like just go back and watch.
I love the Kim Zolciak
season 1. Because
I remember that.
I will never forget that.
Remember she had cancer, crying, and then it turned out, but it was a thyroid.
Right.
So I'm glad Andy followed up and said, but wait, so did you or did you not have cancer? And she's like, well, no, it turned out that I didn't.
But I had a lot of other things going on, but she never said what the things were. Now,
and she was going to let it hang there and let us assume that she did in fact have cancer.
I assumed that Mia had cancer. The way it read to me is that she had some type of cancer and that she would let us know an update soon. I mean, that's the way it read to me. And then I saw this morning how she had to change it because she said, no, I do not have cancer. It has not been confirmed yet. And she had to reword it.
What?
Yeah, she had to reword it.
I didn't know this.
Yeah, she reworded it and then stated that she does not have, why she alluded to it or something, that she does not have it or something.
This is exactly what I'm talking about.
Yeah, and I'm like, well, because I honestly thought she did, and somebody said to her, some people have said her cancer diagnosis, and I'm like, well, she
didn't say,
right?
If that's what I'm saying. If you're not going to come out and say, I have uterine cancer, I have throat cancer, I have prostate cancer, whatever. That was a joke. Don't read me, but
I drop hints.
Right, exactly.
Why? Because it's not like the way she worded it. It was very Kim Zolciak season 1. It's like you said this was for cancer, but then you said you don't have cancer, but you have other issues, and you don't tell us what it is. Like 10 years later, where is
thyroid?
I know.
Where's your scooter? Because now I'm like, girl,
scooter.
What is it?
Your mobility scooter.
I'm just saying, Luna C said it, and I agree. I think there are a few of these housewives that think cryptic to stay relevant. We'll get to Beverly Hills in just a minute. We'll get to Beverly Hills, trust me. But it just didn't make sense. So when it came to Meredith and the whole breastplate, I was like, okay, but she's not wearing a breastplate at the reunion. That's very
I just looked at a picture that kind of looks like she is.
Well,
I don't know.
Yeah, that mess.
Now I'm just. It looks so very just. I didn't realize when you said by breastplate. I was thinking flat, but no. I mean, it shaped
like
her.
The cleavage was so tight that there was nowhere for them to go. Like they were right there in each other's face. Like they were kissing cousins or something. Like they was right. Like her titties was making out with each other. Like they were
conjoined twins.
Like, yes.
I mean, yeah. She doesn't address why she's wearing it. I'm looking for like all these threads, and she doesn't address why she's wearing it. I don't know. I mean,
but if Meredith does have something going on, it explains a lot.
Yeah. I mean, I was wondering what she meant by there was so much worse going on, and I was like, man, that's a shame. I'm glad that whatever it was that serious that they didn't bring that up, because Christ, if they're going to doubt her dad being her dad's memorial, imagine what else they would do. You know, like they had no boundaries.
Okay, but
that's a terrible thing.
Okay, did anybody else? I had trouble
for questioning my father having a memorial, and we're in the middle of a pandemic. Like she couldn't get him buried. Like that was something we were watching on the news happen every day. People couldn't get their parents buried, their husbands buried, their children buried. Like that was not something to question.
Well, and not only she couldn't even be with him. She had to say goodbye to him on FaceTime, which exactly. So that it's.
I'm sorry,
that was insane. But why were they talking?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I was just going to say they were talking about so much stuff that we didn't see on the show. Like I wasn't really sure a lot of the times, because it seemed like Meredith was talking about a lot of things that, I don't know. It was
I'm just glad that they all got to see Lisa freak out the night before the reunion so they could see her true colors and not forget. Because I don't care who you are, how much you hate me, how much you still love me. You're not spewing that much hate about me, whether it's true or not. Meredith's like, I don't care if it's all true. You don't say that about me. You don't love me. You're not my friend. So it's like, I'm glad they all went into the reunion seeing her true colors because,
it
anybody
like
to doubt
the biggest sin on any house. Yeah, it seems like on any Housewives franchise, the biggest sin is to be a phony, or to put on airs, to be a fake, and people are going to call you out on that. So, I think that if Lisa has been a fake and phony person, I think that's why everyone's coming for her.
I just want to know
I thought it was kind of shocking.
Like, where did it come from? Where did you conjure up that much hate for your friend?
We've been watching. That's nothing at this reunion shocked me when it came to them ganging up on Lisa. We've been watching this come to fruition all season. This has been like I knew once all of these women watched this show back, they were gonna be like, "Oh, hell no!" I knew she was gonna get it. Yeah. The thing is, when it comes to this hot mic moment, how hot is the mic? Though.
Well, if you're sleeping with a producer and he's in the room with you about to take your mic off, you know that allegedly, if you're sleeping with a producer, you know it's going to be recorded. You know that it's going to make. We are still listening to everything until they take. Unless production wants to cut that part of the audio off, we're hearing everything down to the second she takes that off. She knows it's getting recorded. And I think that's truly how she feels. I think she lost control, but that's truly how she feels. But I'd like to know where it came from.
That's what Adam was saying. Yeah, Adam was saying yesterday that there's no way she forgot that she was being recorded because there were
she was literally taking the mic off. She walked out of the door and threw the mic at the cameraman. How do you forget you have a mic on when you're literally removing it from your body?
I mean, she was.
That's why I'm saying, even how is
the truth? Yeah, I think the truth came out, and
that was a hot potato.
So not only has she been a fake and phony, but now, her true colors have shown. And like I said yesterday, I mean, if my friend of 20 years said even one of those things, I would be gutted. I'd be gutted.
And how do you all right? So we've lost 3 housewives basically. We know Jen Shaw's not going to be much longer. We only have bad weather and the two that hate each other, Meredith and Lisa. Where do we go? Like, literally, where do we go? We don't have a cast.
They've got that Sarah Jane.
People are turning on Sarah Jane. Because
Sarah Jane was Angie's friend. Yes. Okay. So Sarah Jane was on Dana Wilkie's show.
The short chick?
No. She's she looks a lot like Angie. You know, long blonde hair, great big lips, perfect porcelain skin. Very Mormon.
She looks like
she's
Heather.
Very Mormon.
Did they say
no? She's Heather? Very thin.
Oh.
Well, she's very pretty in the way that like LA pretty. You know what I mean? She looks like a Barbie doll.
Got it.
Kind of pretty, okay? Mm-hmm. And sweet to the point that like someone had given her a nice comment when she was on the Dana Wilkie show. You could tell she was nervous, and she was like, "Oh, golly, thank you. You know, I was so worried." You know, she's very kind of seems innocent to the world, but she's extremely Mormon, and seems a little maybe too
good,
like not enough of a backbone. Yeah, I don't know that she would fit in well because I'm not sure that she's got the fight in her. But I think they tested her. I think with you, I think they tested her with Angie, and but I also heard she's got heart problems, so it might not be a good fit health wise.
I'm ready for new blood.
But there've got to be lots of rich women. You would think that Heather would know lots of rich women from the laser place.
Oh, yeah.
I would go. Listen, if I'm going to casting to bring in, never mind. I was about to say something, and then I thought about how that worked out the first time they did it. I was going to say, if I was going to go to anybody to help cast this show, it would be Lisa. But Lisa is the one who brought Jenny on the show. So
right. Well, she brought everyone together. She was the original Kyle of the group.
Oh, she's Sharice.
She was the Kyle. Right. She's the Sharice Jackson Jordan. Did Sharice get married again?
No, but I just love that her name is Sharice Jackson Jordan. I'm just like, it's so much name. Oh. Like, I love 3 names. Yeah. So if I was to ever meet like Elizabeth Taylor, I would literally call her like Elizabeth Taylor Montgomery. Like, I would call her every single name. Warner. Like,
she was married to right
Warner, and then Warner.
She was the first.
She married to twice. Wasn't she married to somebody twice too?
Yeah, she married one guy and then she remarried him, and I can't remember who it was.
Yeah,
Robert?
No, it was the
Robert?
No. The one that she was in. Wait a minute. It was her big love, the one that she Richard Burton. She married Richard Burton twice. And she was married to Mike Todd, who was supposedly her great love, who died in a car crash. And then an airline crash. And then she was so distraught that Eddie Fisher, Debbie Fisher's then husband, the 4 of them used to hang out together. He was good friends with Mike Todd. So then he started to console Elizabeth. And then, and she married him. And she also was.
I don't understand how a grown woman lets her husband go over to console another grown woman. But that ain't my business.
Well, it happened with Farrah. Remember Farrah Fawcett and Ryan O'Neal when her husband, the $6 million man, was going out of town. He said to his buddy Ryan, "Can you keep an eye on my wife Farrah?" And what was the $6 million man's name? Farrah Fawcett Majors. So Lee Majors. So she was married to Lee Majors, and then he was going out of town, and he said to Ryan, "Can you keep her company or, keep an eye on her?" And boy, did he ever. So when Lee came back,
he kept an eye and
then Ryan and Farrah were together.
I remember I read the book, Tatum O'Neal's book, and it talked about how they got together and how she never got along with Farrah and that whole thing. I used
to have that book, and I lost it when I moved.
Hi, Ebony.
Hi, Ebony.
Hi, just coming real quick just to say this one thing about this black scent. I didn't really like that because it's giving a black girl like this stereotype. And I know that there is a lot of women out there who have this attitude. You don't have to be Black to have that neck roll, the eye roll when you're upset. I don't like the fact that Blacks, and I think Andy he's learning a lot of stuff, and that was kind of offensive to me. It's giving us the stereotypes. It was offensive to me, and I'm not really offended by a lot of stuff, but that was because it's like, why should I be Black to be doing all this? Did you know I've seen Abby from Dance Moms do this to someone on Dance Moms?
I just watched Dolores do it when she almost punched Jackie in the face in downtown New Jersey.
It's not really anyone does this when they just get irritated with what's going on. And I don't even want to stick up for Jenny. I just don't like the fact that they gave her this. They gave her that
stereotypical thing to represent Black women, because not all Black women shake their fingers and roll their necks.
And
and she grew up in Long Beach. It's a cultural thing. It's not a racial thing, right? It's more cultural than racial. But I totally agree.
That was the only thing that Jenny said that I could understand. I was like, okay, you're from Long Beach. That makes sense when it comes to the way you speak.
Gangster, right.
If you live in New York, you're going to have a New York accent. If you grew up in the South, then you're going to have a Southern accent. If you grew up from Boston, then you're going to, hey, love from New York, love you. So like if you grew up like where you grew up, then the way that you speak is going to have that inflection to it. That I understood. I just don't like, I agree with you. That's the one thing I never said in all of my analytics of Jenny. I would never bring up the Black accent thing because I'm like, those characteristics don't represent all Black women.
It represents an irritated woman or irritated person. It doesn't represent anyone who's a specific gender. I mean, it's just represent a person who's like tired of this and let you know. And I don't like that because sometimes it just, even people who don't know how to, if Adam does it sometimes.
Yeah.
Adam rolls his neck sometimes. So anyway, I just think it's classic that that they put a Black accent to it. It's like, no, stop giving her. That's a good thing. Doing this is a good thing. That means
that's why
what's happening.
That's why it didn't offend me when Mary was like, "Oh, so you getting hood on us, huh?" I was like, "Yes, girl, you're getting ghetto as fuck." Like that doesn't mean Black, girl. That means you're acting ignorant as hell. Like you're acting out of character. You're acting belligerent. Like that is what that means.
Okay, can I ask a question? And I ask this coming from a sincere place of wanting to understand and not offend. And it kind of ties in with this whole Black scent. But, because they were kind of accusing her of cultural appropriation. And I'm sometimes confused, and I don't want to ever offend anybody. I'm sometimes confused where the line is between honoring and celebrating or even being yourself. So, for example, if Jenny grew up in Long Beach and braided her hair like the girls do, at her school, would that be inappropriate cultural appropriation? And, can you all help me understand where that line is?
The thing with cultural appropriation is there's a lot of nuance that goes into that because it goes into the experiences of different cultures. And so when it comes to things like cornrows and hairstyles, the example that you mentioned, a lot of that has cultural roots when it comes to Black women. Like a lot of times Black women get their hair braided to protect their hair. They get it protect like it's more of a reason that just happened to accentuate a fashion narrative, right? But then specifically when it comes to hair, the problem is, and hair is always the easiest example because there are receipts to back this up. Hair for Black women and Black people has always been policed, and it's been characterized negatively. You can go back and see plenty of examples of people not being hired because them having locks, them having braids, them having afros, kids being asked to cut their hair before
100%.
they can compete in sports projects. And then when it's restyled and now called fashion, or
Right, I
when
got you.
somebody else who is not condemned for it, when this is just our way of life, it's a fashion
Right.
statement for other people. It's just cute on you. This is what we
Right.
do. So when we get fired for this, when we get put out of schools for this, when we get called negative stereotypes for this, when we wear it, it's ghetto. When Kim Kardashian wears it, it's bold.
Fashion. Well,
That's
Jordan,
the problem.
you know, and you and Krista have seen me with my curly hair, but when I was working as an associate at a law firm, I used to work out in the morning and my hair was really long, and I would just take a shower and let it dry naturally, and so it would be curly, and then I'd usually like pull it up or something. And one day I went into work and I had blown it out straight, and one of the head partners of the law firm, this really sweet old guy, who was hard of hearing, so he spoke very loudly, and he was a named partner in our firm, and he came around to my office and was standing at the door, and he said, "Oh, Patricia, your hair looks so much prettier like that than with your frizzy perm." And
because it's Eurocentric.
And I said, "Well, Mr. Maloney," I said, I don't have a perm. My hair is naturally very curly, and it takes a long time for me to blow it out straight like this." And he said, "Well, you need to take the time." And like the entire office heard it. And it was,
oh, you're from Virginia, so possibly, yeah.
So misogynist.
Yeah.
You're from Virginia.
I was horrified.
It's disgusting because a lot of the times we as Black people have had to assimilate and change the way that our hair naturally presents so that we're able to just exist in society. Like us straight. That's why when white folks go, "Well, when you straighten your hair, well, you're trying to be white. Well, when you dye your hair blonde, you're trying to be white." It's like, first of all, Black people grow blonde hair, so stop that. Yeah. Two, and we've had to do that naturally to assimilate.
You've had to do that
to look cute, and that's the problem. Like, you wear cornrows to look cute on the beach. You wear cornrows to look like Bo Derek. I
don't look cute in cornrows.
I always walk out of jail with them. I always walk out of jail with them. I walk in with hair like this. I walk out with braids usually. That's just because, like, in jail, you. It's just easier.
Yeah,
I just want to say,
I've got a funny shaped head.
I think
it saves your hair while you're in there too, because can't do much when you're in there.
No, I just think what you were talking about, Trish, is that what Sarah Jane was mentioning. She was saying that what to say, what not to say, and the best thing you can do is continue to have this blend of characters, a blend of cast members to address a lot of these undertones that we hear that other people may not hear, that we see that different cultures may not see. I thought that was a really, again, I say Black Scent was a really it was not an appropriate thing to say, Black Scent. I don't think calling what's her name, Jenny, I don't think calling her a woman of color was appropriate, because she technically is not a woman of color. She is definitely a minority, but she's not a woman of color. She's a minority. A woman of color, it would be somebody who has actual pigmentation. So I don't think that was appropriate. So, but I think my personal opinion is having more of us in front of the camera to say, hey, that was not appropriate, and there was an undertone that I can hear. You will also train your ear to hear it too. So that's most important. It's like, what do I say? What don't I say? Well, the more you see us and the more you hear us, the more you can see undertones to what we're talking about. So it can be towards our hair, towards like calling somebody a woman of color, or you can hear those talking about our hair where it's, her wig is bad, her wig is good. I mean, you will hear all these undertones, and then you as a person too would say, that didn't sound right either, because I heard it before with somebody else and they were offended, and I understood what Miss Georgia Carolina was talking about when she brought out these information. I get it now, and you shouldn't say something like that, because that would get you in trouble, miss. So that, I think, more seeing us as cast members, not us, the more cast members we see as blended, or bring up these nuances, we'll definitely have better representation, as Dee says, and that way you'll train your ear just as much as we trained our ear to hear it. You'll be on the same board. So we're getting better at it. I just think that we just need to continue to hear each other talk. So this is great. Having these blended panels it's just going to be amazing.
100%, 100%, and I appreciate you all, willing to engage in the conversation.
Yeah, Joy, I just want to say that was spot on that day when someone had gave a comment about the Russia thing. And they were talking about Bethany, and you clapped, right? I was like, wow, I wish I was that quick to understand what you're saying. And that conversation went from being, oh, Bethany, to yay, Bethany, to the point Adam has got his whole platform donating to this Bethany. And I didn't think about it like that. I did think, wow, Bethany does great for this. I don't like people come down on her either. I get, she's running for clout, but when she does good, she's not running for clout. And maybe people need to figure out what good and bad is to them. I'm not sure, but I just want to say thank you for that. That was so quick. You are so quick with it. I don't agree with everything you say, but when you get on it, I'm like, dang. I try to as quick as possible to support, and that was great. So anyway, with that being said, I just want to come in just a quick chat and say hi and on that platform.
Thank you, babe.
Thank you. Bye, Ebony.
Yeah, I just, here's the thing. I just think that the wrong conversations are being had. Like, it's like, and to Ebony's point, like, do we want to see those conversations about microaggressions and undertones be had? Yes, but we want to see them be had from the same perspective, because at the end of the day, people who need to learn this information aren't going to learn it if they aren't discussing it. And what better place to learn it than your favorite TV show where you're already so invested and so engaged? What better person to tell you what's right than your favorite reality TV character?
I'm surprised. I didn't realize, to Ebony's point about, not being a woman of color unless you've got pigment. And so you can be a minority, Asian, but that doesn't mean you're a woman of color. And it also makes me, I'm half Italian, and with very curly hair, and I always used to joke that I'm off-white because I've never, I've always, but I'm thinking, well, that's offensive too, because technically I am not a woman of color, even if I identify. That doesn't even know. I don't know. I mean, like I prefer my hairdressers to be women of color because they know how to deal with my curly hair. There are certain, so I've always kind of joked that I consider myself off-white, but now I'm thinking if, that might not be appropriate either. I don't know. These conversations are good because it makes us think, I mean.
Yeah. I asked Jorja too before. I was saying, like, I always joke because I get tanning all the time. I said, watch, I get darker than you. And I didn't think in my head, like, is that offensive? Because
it is.
Did you see my face when you said that?
Yeah, I was like, because I mean, we would joke around. Like, my friend.
I read a book that was said, dear white people, don't come back after going to the beach or going on holiday and saying, oh, look, I'm as dark as you. Because that is offensive. Yeah. And see, that's something that might not even cross.
Yeah, my girlfriend,
let me explain why that's offensive. Because people get lost in intention and they think, oh, they didn't mean it that way, so it's not offensive. No, impact will always override intention. So the way that something came off is always going to be more sensationalized than the way you actually meant it. Do you get what I mean? It's kind of like when I've said that people are always going to run with the lie because it's more entertaining than the truth. Do you get what I mean? It's one of those things where it's like you coming up and saying, look, I'm as dark as you now, but you get to walk away from this conversation dark as me, but still walking away carrying white privilege with you.
And I'm going to be lighter skinned and you're not, you're going to stay the same color. So I totally get it now.
And be this color, and I'm gonna wake up and still be hated for being this color. You're gonna wake up tomorrow, and you're gonna be, and you're gonna be complimented on being my color. That's the like that's the issue for me, is that mind you, I like the whole thing about tanning, kind of like it's a thing for me, but I can't, like, I'm also an open enough person to understand intention. So like people,
I just
like,
think it look better tan. I mean, I literally look way better tan than I do white.
So like I can understand that,
and I can't help it. Like the sun, I don't
and
even need the tan in bed. Like I'm just in the sun. I'm just
right.
So your
It's
intention
just
is
that-
good, but the consequence is bad. You know, the
I know,
outcome.
so I can't tan now.
So I'm glad we're having these conversations
It's not that
so we can learn.
That's why I'm hesitating on what I'm saying, because I'm not telling you not to tan. It's almost like one of those things where, like, I'm not going to tell you what to do, but be careful how you do it. It's not what you do, it's how you do it, because the implications of what you do when it goes too far can look a certain way that you don't want to represent. That's what I'm saying. Because there's nothing wrong with being, like, here's the thing.
Yeah.
It's the extremity of the wording. Dark as me, or my color. Right. Because you're going to be complimented for being my color. I get shot for being my color. Get what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's the type of thing where it's like I get what you mean, but the reality of what that means to somebody. See, this is why the whole Ukraine thing is really hard for me to talk about.
Oh, and I was going to say like the same thing.
Asshole, but
no,
like,
but
see,
people,
I have a really different perspective on this that I really want to just.
Can I just ask one question though before we go any further? Can I ask one question? Now, what is it now? If I get just as dark in the sun, like by no fault of my own, just because I'm outside all year round, or I'm out all summer, and I'm just trying to maintain the same tan that I got in the summer, like I can't help that the sun makes me that color. You know what I mean? Like I just. But like, I just appreciate. I don't make you bad by it. I just would like to stay that color.
The difference is the intention of which you show up. Like, like if you just are not.
Well,
that's why
I
don't ever say. That's why I don't ever say Dolores is blackfishing, because Dolores is not trying to show up in the world as a black woman. No. She's just tan.
Right.
Do you get me?
Well, she's off white. She's like me, Italian.
Yeah, she gets tan out. Yeah, like she gets out. She's
we
out
call
there
that spicy white in my community, but you know.
Oh, okay. Thank you. Spicy white. I like that.
We call that spicy white in my community, but you know that part.
I love that.
But like that's why I don't ever go with the Dolores is blackfishing thing, because it's like she is just a woman who is that color. And she just presents herself in the world as who she is. She's never come in and said, like, I'm a black woman trapped in this body. And like, she's never come up and tried to present herself as anything but Dolores from Patterson, New Jersey. And I can't help but respect. I live for Dolores. I love her.
I love Dolores. So, like, I love Dolores.
All about, it's not about what you do. It's about how you do it. And that's the message that I'm trying to get across, because I'm not going to tell you don't tan. But the joke of, look, I'm your color now, that's where it goes left.
Yeah.
Do you get me?
Yeah, that's like literally like my girlfriend, she used to say it all the time, like she's mixed. And I'm like, so we would joke around all the time. I'm like, haha, I beat you. And like, honestly, for years, it never even crossed my mind that was offensive. So then for years gone by, and then I said to you, and I was like, that doesn't even sound right anymore. Like, that doesn't even sound right.
Well, the good news is, you know, as we learn more, then we do better, right? I mean, we can every day hope to learn a little bit more about each other and hopefully do a little bit better. But Jordan, you started to talk about the coverage of Ukraine and how all these people are saying, oh, they're Europeans like us. It's not like it's happening in Africa or in Syria. Look at these people.
That wasn't where I was going with it. I was actually going to go somewhere else, but I agree with your point.
I was offended. A lot of the newscasters are saying, look at these people. They're just like us. They're Europeans, you know, and I was thinking, well, you know, what about Somalia and what about Yemen and what about the Congo people, you know, or the Syrian war? It's like, if you're a person of color, then we just expect wars to go on and we're not going to be outraged. But if we see people that look like ourselves, families that are European and look like ourselves, you know, with their little kids crossing over the border, you know, it's now it's an international uproar, as it should be. But it should also be an international uproar when it's happening in the People's Republic of Congo and the,
It should be a problem when it's happening right here in America. And that's why this is so hard for me to cover, because I am battling with feeling selfish talking about this, because I'm like, mind you, I agree with your point, because it's only a further example of what I'm talking about. People ignore these issues until they're happening to people who look like them. The exact same things are happening to,
they can identify,
to people who look like me in the same area. But because, they see your Europeans going through it, now we got to call in the troops. And it's like, wait a minute. Because at the end of the day, I can't, this goes back to what Janelle was saying about having the privilege to walk away and turn this off. I don't have that. Okay?
No American.
And that's why it's so hard for me to even, that's why I haven't made a video about it. That's why it's hard for me to talk about it. That's why most of the times when it's brought up, I just sit here, because I'm like, I deal with this on a very small scale every day. But now, because it's happening to white people, now it's an issue, and it bothers me, because I walk out of my house every day and I'm in fear, right?
Sure.
Now, what I'm saying is not minimalizing anything that's happening over there. That's why I was very meticulous about the things that I was saying on Adam's channel, because I wanted to make sure to emphasize the severity of the issue. But I wanted to also bring awareness to the fact that people of color are going through this exact same thing every single day. 2 words, Dylan Roof. 2 words, January 6th. Do you get me?
Yeah.
So I just don't, for me, I've always had a stance on international affairs when it comes to politics, because I feel like America doesn't do enough for America, but is always the first to jump into other people's business. Keep your ass out of women's business, Peter Thomas. But
that's right.
The necessity of the aid that is needed, I'm never going to say that America does not need to get involved. That's not what I'm trying to say. But I wish that America would pay as much attention to what's happening to these Europeans and Somalians and Yemen and everybody else over there too. Right. I wish they would pay that much attention to the people who are living on the same soil they walk on every single day, because I get on my channel and talk about this shit every single day, and I feel like I am screaming into a void, because when I am talking about it, when it applies to people who look like me, it is always a cause for debate. There's always some sort of justification. There's always some sort of reasoning. There's always some sort of, like you can't play devil's advocate with racism.
No,
you just can't, bruh.
No, we hear you. And one thing that was talked about, someone said that they didn't agree with the idea that Black people. There was some argument, can Black people be racist? And the way I understand, there are 2 different things we're talking about: prejudice and racism. And we can all have our own prejudices, whether you're Black, white, Asian. We can be prejudiced and have preconceived notions about things. But to be racist, you've got to have the prejudice plus the power. You've got to have the power to be able to exert your will and your prejudice against the people that you don't like. So I think sometimes those 2 things get confused. I think we can all be prejudiced, but you cannot truly be a racist unless you've got the power to go along with that prejudice.
See, here's my thing. Black people can be racist. They can be racist to white people. Do you get what I'm saying?
They can be prejudiced. They can have prejudices against white people.
They can have prejudices against white people, but because Black people have never been in a systematic position to overpower the white community, there is no way that we would ever be able to rage it. Right. Do you get what I mean? However, there are within minority groups, separate white people from minority groups. Black people can be racist to Asian people. Black people can be racist to, you know, all different types of people who are minorities within that group. The only
Right.
difference is there's a systematic power structure in place that keeps us from being racist against white people, because we will
Right.
never be in a position, at least not in any of our lifetimes in America, to where Black people will have more equitable power to than white people.
Exert. Right. Did you see Do the Right Thing by Spike Lee? That
My dad
movie, Do the Right
raised
Thing.
me on that movie. My
Well,
dad raised me on that movie. Every
that's
time
one of
he would
my
leave, he would always say, "Do the right thing."
Do the Right Thing. Well, there's a scene in there where the guy, I don't remember his name, the guy that used to carry the big boom box, and he
Mm-hmm.
went into the Korean market to order batteries. And then, you know, in his mind, he's calling them all kinds of racist names. And then he walks out and the Asians start calling him all kinds of racist things. And then they start on the Italians, call them the garlic eaters and, a bunch of racist names. And it was just, they were showing how, and then they showed the Italians making fun of the blacks and the blacks making fun of the Asians and the Asians making fun of the Italian, So
Mm-hmm.
it was a funny scene. I mean, it was meant to be educational, how we can
But
all
that's
have
the
our own
example of that.
prejudices.
Because at the end of the day, they can have all of these conversations amongst each other, but they will still all be living under white supremacy.
Right. If you don't have the power, that's right. Then you can't truly
So,
be racist because you can't exert, your prejudices and your will onto,
correct.
yeah,
So
once your prejudice.
it's hard for me to talk about Ukraine without feeling like it took for this to happen. It took for situations like this to happen to people who have a closer proximity to whiteness than I do, for this to become a national uproar. Yet we are living in basically the same terrors, but on a microcosm scale every single day. Like, mind you, I'm not diminishing anything that's happening in the U, U, Ukraine. I keep saying this is the big, like, nothing like this has happened since World War II. Like, it is like it is what it is. But at the end of the day, the race war that we live in every single day is also very present. Like, like I can't help that every time that I see a police officer, I don't know what will happen to me. I can't
Well,
help that when I send my kid to school, I not only have to just think about her being bullied, I also have to think about her possibly suffering from racism. Like, I just like there are just all these types of things. And then on top of that, just to take that outside of just a race perspective, the number of trans women, especially trans women of color, being murdered every single year
right.
has done nothing but raise.
Oh, yeah. I
This
think,
is where
yeah.
intersectionality comes in, because not only am I a black person worried about just being killed by white people on the street, I'm also worried about
Trans.
being a trans woman and being murdered by not only white people. I'm worried about being murdered by black people within
There
my
was,
own community.
at Virginia Tech, one of my sons goes to Virginia Tech, and one of the football players is now on trial for murder because he had picked up a woman and didn't realize that she was trans, and he flipped out and
Allegedly.
allegedly murdered her. So it's
Let
been
me
a
tell you something
huge.
about this. I am
And you live in
always
Alabama.
skeptical.
Mm,
Yes. And let me be the first to say, as a trans woman who interacts with men, mind you, I'm married, but I still have DMs. So, like, the men who interact with trans women know exactly who they're interacting with. 9 times out of 10, based on my experience, based on the experience of women like me,
wow.
the men the men who get that close to trans women to be able to find something to flip out about, they 9 times out of 10 were looking for that trans woman.
So what do you
And
think
I'm
about Eddie
saying,
Murphy? Because he did that, remember? He picked up a
listen,
trans woman.
I'm saying that 9 times out of 10, in fact, I'll give a grace period. 7. 7 times out of 10, the man who picked up that trans woman knew exactly who he was picking up. Because I do not, the ratio of men who have tried to get at me since I have come out as a trans woman has, one, my DMs have blown up. 1. 2, the number of straight identifying men who know good and goddamn well, I have not had to come out as a trans woman to a man except for like a couple times. The number of times that I've had to tell a man that I'm a trans woman so he will leave me the hell alone is minimal compared to the number of men who hit me up knowing exactly who I am. They know exactly what it gives. They clocked my tea, as the girls say, and they know exactly who they're looking for. They hit me up because I am a trans woman. So this whole trans woman tricking these men and doing I'm not saying that doesn't happen, because I have seen that case of people doing the things and getting up in the gigs and trying to fake the funk and doing all of that. I have seen that. But in my experience, especially recently, because the stuff that I'm talking about is boys getting in drags and faking it for the straight boys on the apps 10, 15 years ago. This I'm talking about in like 2008, 2009, the last time I saw some shit like that. I'm talking about recently, today. I don't know one trans woman who gets hit up by a man and does not have at least some inclination.
Do you find it, I would imagine it's got to be more difficult for you to be not only Black, but trans and living in Alabama. Do you have family down there, or where in Alabama are you?
I have my husband's family.
Oh, okay. So
Which,
they're,
I mean, that is what it is. But
no,
like,
I was closer to my husband's family. I mean, I was very, very close to my husband's family as well. So I totally appreciate that.
Well, it's, they're here. But yeah, like I just like I like that. I've just found it really hard because of those things. And I hope I don't sound like an asshole. Like, I hope I don't sound like, oh, because I've said in my videos when talking about Jenny and Mary, does racism only apply when slanty eyes are involved? Why is it when people are talking about this Black woman being racially insensitive towards Jenny, now it's an issue, but when Jenny posts all of these blatantly racist posts on Facebook, there's all of these questions and diverts to her politics. Do you get what I mean? So right. I don't want to be the one to sit here and say, oh, so why isn't this a problem? So why is this only a problem when we're talking about white people? But then at the same time, it's like, why is it only a problem? And why are only Europeans the one that are being reported on in a symptomatic fashion, or in a sympathetic fashion, excuse me.
Right.
I'm just saying, like, racists be racist.
Right. I suspect,
and it's systematic,
I don't know.
so it's everywhere. Like that's the thing. It's so systematically ingrained in our society,
that people don't,
in our culture, and the fabric of who we are, that you can find it anywhere from reality TV to the news. Like, it's everywhere.
It is.
So
it is. I mean, even in our everyday lives. I mean, because of so many decades of the redlining and how banks wouldn't give loans. In fact, the federal banks were told not to give loans to African Americans if they tried to buy a house in a white section, and there were restrictions on who could live in different communities. And because of that now, so many, at least in Virginia, so many towns are literally, you've got all the Black people generally living in one section and the white people in another section. And it's just, I hope and pray, and I see this vision of our future. I don't know if it's 100 years from now, but where we've all intermingled and come together so that we all wind up looking like J-Lo, that sort of perfect, like we're all going to blend and turn into like a sort of a perfect version of J-Lo. That's my hope for the future, so that we, But I don't know. I actually appreciate having different, friends from different backgrounds. I
I
appreciate the
hope I look like
diversity.
Grace
I don't,
Jones.
Grace, see,
You
I
Gotta
do
get
don't,
your
look
yeah,
like
I
Grace
don't
Jones
want everybody
anyway.
to be,
You
I
already
don't
do.
want us all to be identical. I really don't.
Well, I
But
have some tanning to do if I'm really gonna look like Grace Jones. This is
she
just
is
lighting right
fierce.
now.
She
Like
is
my daughter is
fierce.
Grace Jones's skin tone, and I want to be her color. Like I
I
want to
mean,
be
it's
that
stunning.
amount of. Oh,
And
Jesus.
who's that? Alec Welk. You know the model Alec Welk.
Um, it's it's Alec Weck.
Oh, Alec Welk. Okay, she's
Mm-hmm.
stunning as well. She's got that beautiful
Yes,
skin tone. Stunning,
Ducky
stunning.
Thought. She's another one. Like I follow so many dark skin models. I'm just like, because I envy that. But also because I don't. For me, it's also like a personal like wanting to just be like a definable shade, I guess, because now mind you, this is a conversation about colorism that I'm about to have. I've always been called light skin my entire life. I don't consider myself that because to me, I'm an extremist. So like to me, if you're light skinned, then you look like Lisa Ray McCoy. And if you're dark skinned, then you look like Grace Jones. Like, right? And like I'm
Right.
just somewhere in the middle. I'm just brown skin. I'm just black. Like I'm just here. You know what I mean? But I've always been referred to as light skin, and I've never seen myself as light skin because I've never gotten anywhere because I'm light skinned. I've never been considered more beautiful because I'm light skinned. I've never been considered more attractive because I'm light
Well,
skinned. I've never been
that you know
subjected
of.
to light skin privilege to my
Well, that you
face.
know of. That you know of. I mean, I
To
bet
my
you've got
face.
lots of. You get pretty privilege though. I mean, because you're beautiful, so I bet you get a lot of pretty privilege that other people might not get.
Well,
Don't you
maybe this
think?
is another Well, this might be another context of me struggling with that because I genuinely, and this is gonna, oh God, I'm gonna sound so crazy. I don't like, it's not that I don't see myself as attractive, but mind you, I'm actively transitioning right now. Like, I'm actively in hormone replacement therapy. So I still see myself as, if y'all follow me on socials, I posted
Mhm.
my pre-transition photo what I looked like 2 years ago and like what I look like now. I still think I look like that.
See, but you said so when you sent me the picture, you said you see the difference. I know you see the difference.
I see differences, but in my mind,
I
I
know you
still
have
don't see myself
dysphoria.
as like, oh, this pretty girl. Like
Right,
Right.
like I've been living with dysmorphia since I was eight
Right.
years
right.
old.
Well, I've heard
So
that even like heavy set people, after they lose weight, they still think of themselves as
they
heavy
still
set.
see themselves
Oh
like
yeah,
that's the
yeah.
body dysmorph like that's body dysmorphia. It's the exact same thing. It's like you see like I could go and have all of the surgeries that every trans woman gets. I could go and have facial feminization surgery. I could go and get breast plants. Breast implants. I could go and get my hips and my ass done. I could go and get my voice box done. I could go and get a full sexual reassignment surgery. And someone who knew me before my transition could come up and not respect my transition, and I would still see that person. Until like it's all about like it's like your mind has to transition too. So I
Right.
don't. So to your point, if I do suffer from what people call pretty privilege, I don't know anything about that because I don't. I still see
You're
myself in
not
a world
aware of
where
it.
nobody will understand me as pretty or feminine because the town that I live in, I've been living in this town for 10 years almost, and I only started transitioning one. So people have 9 years of history of seeing me one way. And mind you, I've always been androgynous and this, that, and the third, but like I've never taken hormones. I've never changed my name. I've never like genuinely presented feminine. I've never changed my identity. Like I've never socially transitioned. So
Right.
now I'm socially transitioning to where to the people, I'm a completely different person because I have a chosen name and I look differently and I'm on hormones and my pronouns are different. But mentally, I'm still the same person because my personality is the same.
Right.
Do you get me? Like
100%. Yeah. I mean, I could change the entire outside of me, but on the inside, I'm still me, you know?
Yeah. So like people like that's why I like if you notice like when Adam reads out these like compliments and stuff and like says all this stuff about me on the channel, I try to like smile it off, but I look at myself when I go back and like I actually do watch the replays and I'm visibly uncomfortable because I don't know what that means. I'm like the only thing that like somebody can tell me that I can recognize is like talking about my cheekbones. Like I've always had these cheekbones. Like I've always looked like this. So like trans or not, my cheekbones have always looked like this. Thank my mom.
Fabulous.
But like
you just need to accept it, you know, and that's what's going to change what's in your mind. That's what's going to help with the dysmorphia is you may be uncomfortable, and that's okay because we all get uncomfortable, but let it seep in and let those compliments, you know, because they will get into your subconscious and you will see that you will start to see yourself as beautiful as we see you because those things will start to seep into your brain, and then that's what's going to help transition your brain. You know, you'll start to see yourself as the beauty that you are and that you've always been.
I appreciate that. I think that part of it for me when it comes to my mental transition is that I spent so many years as an attractive man. And that's not me saying that. Like, I've always been commodified and fetishized for my body and for the way that I've looked as a man. So I've always been able to, if I never felt good about myself, I was always able to settle on masculine privilege or my male privilege, or like me being able to walk into a room and be a hot guy. Do you get what I mean? So a part 100%. Of me still...
But see, you're still looking for it from the outside too, you know? That's... Go ahead. I'm sorry.
It's weird, like... It's weird because my transition doesn't necessarily have anything to do with me wanting to be pretty or necessarily even seen from a womanly perspective, because I'm always going to be androgynous, right? Like that's just the way that I am. And so like my personality, like there's not like, that's why I always say that I'm agender, not non-binary, because I don't wake up one day and feel masculine or like wake up one day and feel feminine. Like I don't decide to dress like a girl today or dress like a guy today. Like to me, there's no difference. They're all one and the same. So like they intertwine with each other so much. There is no separation of my masculinity and my femininity. They're all just one expression. So a part of me still is uncomfortable not being seen as that hot guy. Let me give you an example.
That's interesting.
And I'm probably going to sound crazier than I already do saying this. Like when, like the way that people give me compliments on, let's just say, Adam's channel with the cheekbones and the beautiful and the hair and the earrings and this and the that. I appreciate those compliments. But then our new resident hot guy, Mike, comes on the panel, and I wonder why people don't react to me like that.
Right. Well, I was thinking the same thing.
I completely ignore, but see, like, I completely ignore people being like, oh, she's so pretty, she's this, she's that, cheekbones, hair, this, that, and the third. And I'm like,
right.
But you're not attracted to me.
They do react to you like that.
They do.
But I don't see that though. Like I like a part of me has found I'm so used to my confidence and my self-assurance being based on me being a hot guy to other people.
Right.
Like, whether I thought I was attractive or not, other people did. So I was like, well, I don't have to worry about whether I think I'm hot or not. Other people think I am. So I just run with that and just let it be what it is. And I don't worry about my insecurity because that's going to mess up the vibe. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
So it's like.
But now that you're leaning into the feminine side, you're no longer the resident hot guy. You're the girl with the beautiful cheekbones. Right.
I just think now I'm just hot and androgynous. Like it's weird because I'm not fully transitioning. So it's like I'll never let go of that mentality for some reason. Like it's not like I'm ever going to go from fully male to fully female. I'm only going to completely in the middle. Like I want you to be able to pick C and just say they because you can't tell by looking at me whether I'm a man or a woman. Like I want you to not be able to tell. That's really what the goal is. It's not like, oh, I want to not look like a man and I want to look like a woman. It's no, I want you to like look and be like, but the voice.
What did they do to your voice box? What did they do to your voice box? I didn't know that there was surgery.
I've heard people going in and doing like surgery on the vocal cords where it's like a pitch correction thing where it pitches your voice higher when they do something. It's very dangerous from what I hear. But
yeah. Because that's usually the tell for me, right? Can you usually tell from a voice?
Well, I usually think that that's how people can tell that I'm trans. It's because I sound like Marlo.
I hear your voice. I just feel like I've known you for so long that I can't tell male or female from your voice. It's just it resonates. It's your voice. So I can't even answer the question whether you sound male or female because you sound the same to me all the time from day one. So in my head, I can't even. It doesn't. I just hear Jordan female. That's what I hear. But I don't know if other people that had never heard you before what they would.
And that's the thing that I wonder because, like, for me, I could like when I sit back and I listen to myself. Sometimes I can hear that my voice has pitched higher over the past year and a half. Like I can hear it now when I really sit back and like pay attention to it. But I still think that I sound like B. Arthur after a carton of cigarettes. I still think I said, but see, here's the thing though. I'm still working my way out of all of this.
Right.
This like pre-developed, like searched for masculinity and comfort with that because my voice didn't drop until I was 23. Like I didn't get bass in my voice until I was 23. So now I'm 29. Well, I'm 30 now, but at the time I start hormones at 29, and then I still like it's only been a year. Like, and then mind you, all the doctors say give it 2 to 3 years before you start seeing changes. You're not going to start seeing boobs for another year or two. You're not going to see a lot of facial changes for another year or two. You're not going to stop seeing like facial hair growth like that for like 2 years. So the shell shock of people recognizing me in a feminine context so early in my transition is very jarring for me because I haven't had time to see myself as that. Like I still just think I look like the regular, like I still think I'm just the regular dude, but I just have a way better hairline.
When you send me a picture side by side, I can't believe it's only been a year. I can't believe it's only been a year.
I started August 21st, 2020.
Yeah. Wow.
During the pandemic. Wow. Well, you think about it. You spend 29 years as one person, and you're still the same person, but it's going to take some time for the brain to catch up, I would imagine.
I think because here's what it is for me. I think that
I love the train.
That train threw me all the way off. I was like, wait,
I love the train.
No, you're fine, baby. You're good. I think that for me, hold on, repeat what you just said, because I just lost my mind. I'm Trey. I thought, but I had a point I was trying to make.
I was saying that, you spend your life as one way, presenting as one way for 29 years. And, you've only been on this current journey for like a year or so. So it's going to take a while for your brain to catch up, I would imagine. So,
There it is.
Okay.
My point, thank you. What I was saying was, what freaks me out is that I think because I have the knowledge in myself that I'm agender, I'm androgynous, like I don't ever plan on looking or presenting hyper feminine or looking like, this, well, not to say that I'll never look like you. I can. Wait till we get to Nashville, because I'm turning a whole look. Y'all are not going to recognize me in Nashville because I'm going to have makeup on and I'm going to have the whole face and I'm going to be wearing something other than the color black. Maybe. We'll see. Because I have an outfit picked out that's like my favorite so far, but I also have like 4 other options of stuff that I could wear. So we may be doing this revolving, changing in the bathroom all night.
I would love if we all came like dressed up. Like I'd wear Meredith's outfit. You could wear Jen Shaw's outfit. Like
if I
go
could
on
find
eBay.
Whitney's dress, find Whitney's dress, that would be what I would show up in. 100%.
Epic.
100%.
That would be so funny.
I would show up in Whitney's dress 100%. Well, in fact, I would get Whitney's dress, but I wouldn't wear it there. I would actually wear it somewhere like first red carpet, just to be like, if I ever got to go to the VMAs, I would be like, wear it there. But I would get Jennifer Shaw's dress just to wear it to Spilling Tea Live. I would show up in full Yzma garb, full Emperor's New Groove garb. I would be giving Yzma the house. Right? I would be giving Eartha Kitt the house. Yes, God. But I think I never thought that I would be seen in a feminine perspective. Like I never thought I would be recognized as a woman, right? Because I just always thought like my body is gonna look the way that it's gonna look. I'm always gonna have like hard abs of all like I don't think we're gonna have round hips and a fat ass. I'm not gonna grow big boobs. Like I'm thin and it is what it is, right? So I know that I'm like at best I'll look like Aaliyah. Great goal to go for.
Oh, so love Aaliyah.
See what I mean? Great goal to go for. So I never expected me to be looked at and someone to look at me and think what they would think when they see a woman. I just never expected someone to see me like that, especially because I already have the prerequisite of knowing that I may look like a woman to you, but I also act very masculine. Like I'm also like a dude at the end of the day. Like I'm still a tomboy. I wear nothing but sweatpants and jeans. Like I only turn looks just to make a point. Like I only put on makeup to make a point. Like I only do it to show like I'm taking hormones, but it's not about me looking feminine. It's about my body aligning with the way that I see myself. I see myself as genderless. I see myself as the perfect composite of male and female. And it's not about looking like one or the other. It's about, I feel like the way that my mind is made up and the way that I have always carried myself. Like I always used to say that I've always thought like a woman and acted like a dude. Because from the time that I was 8 years old, that's the earliest that I can remember. I've never had a time in my life where I've seen myself and not registered myself as a woman. I've never not thought of like I've spent my entire life referring to and acknowledging men as if I wasn't biologically born as one. So like I've always like known.
That's interesting.
Like, what?
That's the exact opposite of that book, Think Like a Man, Act Like a Woman. You act like a man and think like a woman.
For me, it's less about act like a lady, think like a man, and it's more so that Grace Jones lyric in the song Walking in the Rain. Looking like a woman, feeling like a man. It's very that.
Powerful. Yes. Very powerful.
Walking in the Rain. Clock your references, children. It's a great album. Nightclubbing. Go listen to the Grace Jones album. Get you some culture, children. No, but
but shoot, I'm almost twice your age. I made a Fletch a reference, a cultural reference to a movie from the '80s, and absolutely
My husband got it.
Well, thank goodness. It's like put it
I
on
was
the
like,
Underhill tab.
I didn't.
Like what?
like, but I
Anyway,
get it because all of my favorite movies came out before I was ever thought of. Like, my favorite movie is Torch Song Trilogy, 1988. Second favorite movie, Boys in the Band, 1980. Third favorite movie,
Yeah.
Mildred Pierce, 1954.
wow.
Fourth favorite movie, Rope, 1945. Fifth favorite movie, Rare, 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 but Without a Cause.
Oh, there you go.
Like sixth favorite movie, Tea and Sympathy, came out in the 50s. Like all of the movies that I like, I have such old references. Like, I don't care about anything. Like, the only thing that I care about from the time that I was living is like the 90s and the early 2000s. Like, stop at 2005 and go back.
I love
But
the all the Coen brother movies, like Raising Arizona and Oh Brother, Where Art Thou? Those are like my
yes,
two favorite of all time. You know, we could just quote those movies
like
all day long.
I like, to me, everything in my life goes back to Torch Song Trilogy, Boys in the Band, Paris is Burning, Gentlemen Prefer Blondes, The Matrix.
Yes.
Like, that's the only movie that I quote regularly that I was alive to see in real time. Like, I actually saw The Matrix in theaters. That's the only movie that I can say that's in my favorite movies that I actually saw in real time. Like, all of my favorite movies came out before I was born. Like Philadelphia, for example.
Oh, yeah.
I think came out the year I was born, 1991.
I saw that in the movies.
Oh my God, you were born in 1991?
Yeah.
1991 and done, baby. True 90s,
the year
baby.
after I graduated from law school. That is
so
insane.
I graduated from high school.
God.
But if it makes you feel any better, my hairdo is about 20 years older than I am. Because I have a full-blown hairdo at this moment. Like, it's giving, like, if anybody in the chat watch the Wayans brothers, go look at Dee Baxter and just look at my hair right now. It's giving full-on Dee Baxter from the
God. The early 90s in Living Color. Yeah, the Wayans brothers in Living Color. Loved that. And what was the sister's name? She was hysterical. Where she would do
Wanda?
the, you know, but I, yeah,
not
but,
Wanda,
you know, gossiping. Name? No, not Wanda, but Camilla, Camilla, maybe something like that. But she would
Google it for
she
me,
would
somebody, because I have no idea.
She would be gossiping about everybody and say, "But you ain't heard that from me," you know. And
I know exactly who you're talking about, but I can't remember her name.
How you doing, sweetheart? Yeah, she's doing pretty good now that she's sleeping with half the building, you know. But you ain't heard that from me, you know.
That part.
So funny. Love.
Just the best of times. Like even
the 90s, yeah.
Like, even my references for, like, when people, like, ask me, like there was this thing when I was a younger little gay boy. People used to say, like, how'd you know you were gay? And, like, you used to list all the men that you grew up watching who, like, basically turned you out. Who were your gay? Who were your celebrity crushes, right? All of my references, nobody would know now. Nobody knows who Walter E. Jones is. Nobody knows who Bradley McIntosh is. Nobody remembers when Matthew Broderick was hot. Nobody knows who Benjamin
Bueller. Ferris Bueller. And Jennifer Grey.
Him playing Alan in freaking Torch Song Trilogy still sends.
I liked Kirk Cameron.
I think he might swing both ways. Do you ever get that feeling from him?
Listen, I don't want no smoke with Sarah Jessica Parker.
But allegedly, but he's. I mean, he's a theater guy.
I don't even get me started on the possibilities of Matthew Broderick.
You could flip him either way.
Listen, I'm a whole lot of woman. Okay.
He might not be able to handle it.
Most men can't handle a woman like me. I've come to find.
Although Sarah Jessica, she's...
Listen, I respect any woman that got married in a black wedding dress.
Right.
I respect it.
Oh, wow.
I respect it. Her and Matthew Broderick got married. She wore a black... Kim Wayans. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Celeste.
There you go.
Kim
I thought it started with a K. There you go.
I don't know how that slipped my mind. Why did I say Wanda?
There's a Wanda. The white girl was Wanda, I think. Maybe. Wasn't there like a white girl on there?
Hey, Joe.
Hey, Joe.
Hey, Joe.
Hey, sorry, I've been in and out. I actually have a 2:00 too, but I'm like, I gotta. What are we talking about? I'm hearing hair, Kim Wayans. What's going on?
We've been talking about
In Living Color
and everything. We could talk about anything.
So have we talked about Big Sean and Nick Cannon? Are we talking about?
We have not talked about Big Sean and Nick Cannon.
I didn't know we were allowed. Are we allowed to talk about
that picture, guys? I was like, you little freaks, you guys. I was like, what am I opening?
Where do you find that stuff?
Who sent this?
How long?
Listen, we can talk about it. I just can't show the picture.
You just don't show the picture.
No.
Yeah.
And by
that
the way,
Nintendo Switch.
that was not Big Sean.
It wasn't?
No.
Is it?
How could you tell?
Well, because I have a whole freak Twitter that nobody knows about, where I actually saw the person who it really is and the full picture.
Do we know who this person is?
And everything.
Oh.
Do we know?
No, they're not famous.
Oh, okay.
I don't know what your Twitter looks like, but they may be famous to you. But I didn't it's not like
they are now.
Somebody who I even know. Well, their Nintendo Switch is famous. I know that. But that wasn't.
They're not girthy though. I mean, it's like good boyfriend D.
Listen,
but
how do you? Listen, let's talk about. Because I think me and Joe had this conversation. About, and who remembers the some more joke? Dick doesn't have to be big to be good.
It's not
Y'all
true.
remember that?
I don't remember that, but
that's not true.
But I mean, it is true. But I mean,
I've had small penis that was great. I'm not even gonna lie about it. Marcus, wherever you are, shout out to you, bro.
Okay, but there's
Jorja, can I ask the question though?
Of course. 1 second though.
Did it hit the spot?
Hold on. What were you about to say, Trish? I'm sorry.
No. I think we were just going to say I was just going to refer to what I saw. We usually refer around these parts as a splitter. So yeah, I think you can be too big, and you can be. Hey, honey.
Speaking of,
you don't. There you go.
I was like, you just walked in the room.
Hey, Andy.
Yeah. Yeah. Hold on.
No, but to answer your question, Joe, I didn't even know where my spot was at the time. Was it good? Yes. I don't.
Well, we know the other was Nick Cannon for sure.
Would it be good today? I don't know. Was it good then? I don't know. But see, based on your standards of what a big dick is, my dick is little. And I've been told that I have a huge dick.
Who told you it was little?
I'm just saying, based on what Joe Mendoza considers a big dick.
I'm surprised, Joe.
And I think Krista's seen it.
I've seen it. So, Joe, what do you consider a big penis?
Krista knows what's going on over
here. It's in our private group chat, Krista. You could.
I know, but I must have saw big penis, and then was blurry. It was all blurred after that. I'm like, these freaks.
Krista
can I just clarify something though? What I'm saying is that was my definition of a big dick. I'm not saying that I like
But when you
take
say
that
big,
big
do you
to
mean
live
like big as in pleasurable or big as in get that away from me? That is a
Right.
the latter.
that's a
The latter.
like that's a uterine tract infection.
yes. That's a little,
Yes.
I prefer good boyfriend days. Like
Okay, because I'm about to say that's a
yeah.
bladder infection, girl.
Yeah. Right.
Are you guys glad
yeah.
that I
Like, we
came
don't
on?
need-
We're talking about real important shit right now.
Like, we don't need a
Bullshit.
fourth wall. Like, we don't need a fourth wall, but we need to at least be able to hold up the other three. That's just not okay.
Like a tripod.
Like I don't like. I'm sorry. Down to the girls in the Atlanta. And listen, I was raised in Georgia and in North Carolina, hence the name of my channel. But I don't
Bolo?
I'm a good Southern woman.
Bolo.
Bolo, I would not like. Listen, I've seen some pretty huge penises in my life.
I mean, what do you do with that?
Literally, I've seen my actual forearm attached to a man's pelvis.
No.
Scary.
I just don't know what
I
you
would
do
be
with
looking at that
Run
and I would
away.
be like,
Helicopter.
I need to call my
Helicopter.
gynecologist. Like, I need to, girl, like, I need to go check my pH balance. Like, girl, what is
yeah, I'm gonna
happening?
need some backup. Need some backup.
If I saw that, I would have went to go
Pack the
check my
dice.
blood sugar. I'd have been like, girl, what the hell? Girl, no ma'am. Mm-mm.
You know, Portia was
I
packed
would
with
have went to
ice
go
after
check my
that.
blood pressure.
I mean,
Listen, that just speaks to the blessing of a woman's body because y'all got stretched like that.
Oh no. No, ma'am.
My coochie does not.
Mine.
I can't.
There are limits. There are limits.
Accommodate such things. I'm sorry. And my
and there's also like natural lubrication up in there. You know.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But at some point,
some
point, I want to be able to like see. This is what we're talking about when we say good boyfriend dick, right? We've had this talk, Joe. Like it has to be big enough to be able to feel it, but still enjoy it.
Right. There you go.
There
you go.
Like I have to be able to feel it and make me make noises and call names and curse out Satan and whoever else. It makes like I need that like I need it to make me react.
So what is that? What is that?
Make me react. Make
what
me
is
react.
That? What size would that be?
I think I have good boyfriend dick. I think I have good boyfriend dick, but I lay it like it's Dom Daddy dick. Trish, this may not be appropriate.
I'm
offending you. I'm sorry.
I don't think earmuffs.
I really hope we aren't offending you.
I knew this already. I mean, I got the whole dungeon, so.
No, I'm thinking 6 inches with the girth of a 50-cent piece. Everybody's like,
I had to think about
I mean,
a girth of a what?
I had to think about $50. That's what's
$half? A $half, maybe a whole dollar. Well, how big's a $half? I don't know.
Okay,
I would say that's some of the
somewhere between a $half and a silver dollar.
Oh,
right. There you go.
Dick. No.
I may be a silver dollar and larger, maybe.
Silver dollar.
Krista,
yeah. Once you go beyond that.
I don't want to feel like I'm bragging on my own.
Like a good 7 to 8, and like about and like I'm picturing a $half, but yeah, probably a little slight bit bigger.
Yeah, but not too.
I mean, to me, that's perfect marrying dick. Like that's what mine looks like, the one I'm married to. I mean, isn't that supposed to be boyfriend dick turns into the dick you want to marry, right?
Oh, good point.
I mean,
there you go.
What do you think?
Nick Cannon was married to Mariah Carey, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
Twins right out the gate.
So is he right? Well, I see why. Is he dating anyone now?
He's got a bunch of babies. He's got a bunch of babies.
Dating his latest baby? I'm starting to wonder. He has children in such rapid succession. I'm starting to wonder: does he even date the women that he procreates?
I think he
does. He just find women that he wants to breed with, and is just like you. I want your uterus.
Wow.
I think he tries to make relationships after they get pregnant, and then he tries to make it work, and then it doesn't.
Is he dating his current baby mama?
I
Because I
think
thought
so.
he didn't want it out that she was pregnant, and then she put it on social media. I could be making this up right now. But
I mean, I remember a video of them together doing some kind of
at the baby shower, right?
Yeah, and
Or
I
the
was like,
gender
oh,
reveal
he's
or
actually with her. I thought he was with the one that just passed. I thought he was with the one he just his child that he just lost. I thought he was with that mom. I didn't even know that they had broken up. But
I thought that was the mom that was in the gender reveal video. So that's a whole different woman.
Oh, it might be. It is a whole different woman. It's a whole different woman. Yeah, I think it is.
Let's just talk about the one that we all know that he was with.
Mariah.
Ebony said, I wonder if Mariah had help with that pregnancy. I wonder because she was what? 40?
That's
She's
right.
older than him. She is older than him, but she was.
Oh, and she had twins. Yeah.
No, Ebony, he's never used a condom.
I think he's just a little myrtle.
The last time that Nick Cannon has seen a condom is that scene in Love Don't Cost a Thing when Steve Harvey tried to show him how to open it with one hand. That was the last time he's seen a condom. When he put the condom on the car to fix it in the movie, that's the last time Nick Cannon has ever seen a condom. Go watch Love Don't Cost a Thing. Y'all don't know what I'm talking about. Joe?
What?
I just that's just too much baby mama drama. Like, I don't think you want those type of problems. Because the way you talk,
I can't be a mama though, right? We can certainly
I know.
try a lot.
I know. But but the way you talk, it seems like you have really good coochie. So you may stick around for a bit. And I don't know if all of his baby mamas are on the up and up. Because he got a lot of them. There's 35 kids by 32 women.
Right.
Well, by 33 women. Since Mariah had 2 at once. So I'm just saying, you look like you got a mean people, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So I don't know. You may cause a little bit of ruckus down to the compound, down to the incredible compound. Just saying, you may not want them type of problems. Just go after Nelly. Oh, let's talk about Nelly and Lil Fizz since we're talking about Big Dick and Lil Dick.
Hey guys, I got to jump. I actually have a 2:00 call, but it was nice geeking with you guys.
Joe, just dipping out.
Okay,
well, if you have time, call back. We may still be talking about this.
So Lil Fizz was who?
Did y'all see when Nelly accidentally uploaded a video of him receiving fellatio to his Instagram stories?
No.
Well, I'm sure Trish is not on. She's not following these type of people to be seeing this type of debauchery down to her.
I'm gonna
Instagram.
have to though.
I might. Anyway, put that on my time.
Like Anna Wintour does not get into this type of foolishness.
Yeah. I must not be following the right people. Oh my gosh.
I'm following Nelly too, and I missed that Instagram story, but I do have
I must have missed that too, yeah.
But I do have the video. Anyway, so y'all haven't seen it. People were clowning the size of his penis, saying that he has a little dick. I think Nelly has good boyfriend dick. Like, it's not small, but it's not like...
It's not Ray J.
Like, it's not... It's damn sure not Ray J.
Ray J and Kim. It wasn't Ray J. Or Tommy. Oh.
It ain't Ray J. It ain't Ray J, and the damn show ain't Tommy Lee, baby. But it could, it could do some things. Like I would stick around for Nelly. I'm sorry, Lil Fizz, you got to go. I'm sorry, no ma'am. Lil Fizzle Pop.
Wait, is there a
Fizzle Pop? Gotta go.
Is there like a Reddit thread with like famous men who upload their junk, or
several? But if you want the hookup, just hit me and I'll just link you to all the nasty stuff. Don't worry about it. Just get at me in the DMs and we ain't gotta tell nobody. Y'all don't tell nobody.
Oh no!
Y'all don't tell nobody. Don't tell nobody. Trish really down with the freak stuff. Don't tell nobody. Trish.
Lord.
Listen.
Right.
Listen.
No, I don't judge. No judging. No kink shaming.
You don't have a head of hair that good without knowing a few things about life. Okay?
There you go. That's right. I've had my hair pulled a few times. It's back in the last millennium, but
not in the. Wait a minute.
I know.
calling his
Oh no,
husband back in the room.
no.
Sir,
That's right. That's right.
sir, we
No,
need to talk.
I'm just kidding. No,
Because I was
I'm
about to
just
say,
teasing.
now with him. Now, don't forget, I will see him in Nashville, so we will.
Oh,
Have this
that's right. That's right. In fact, we just found out that a bankruptcy judges conference is going to be there from the 11th through the 13th. So we're going to have friends out there already, and Keith is going to see if he can actually sign up for the conference. So that would be kind of a weird coincidence.
So
yeah.
So I'm
So
just
you'll
gonna
definitely,
randomly
he's
work
definitely
in a
going to be out there.
So I'm gonna like try to like smooze your husband and just randomly work hair pulling into conversation. I'm gonna be like, yeah, so
Oh, yeah.
they're like, yeah, so the
I
Super Bowl
understand
was
Trish
great.
likes
You know, the
6
Buccaneers really turned
inches.
it out, and you know, I heard your wife loves her hair pulled. How's that going?
Oh God, that's funny. Oh,
we hear
you're gonna get
Brittany
me
was
in trouble.
naked, but Brittany was naked on Insta all day yesterday.
What?
Brittany,
It said
listen,
Muddy Grace.
Brittany need to go put on a bra.
She was naked on Insta
Sorry.
yesterday.
Well, I'm not gonna tell her to cover up. I just don't understand what's going on.
Me neither.
Brittany's Instagram is really hard.
I wonder if it's
for me to follow.
It's hers.
I subscribe. I follow Brittany, but it's hard for me to follow Brittany.
Yeah.
Because it's almost unhinged. Poisonologist said, "What happened with Lil Fizz?"
Listen, back to Lil Fizz.
What happened with Lil Fizz is right after the Nelly video went up, and like people were talking about Nelly. It seemed like Lil Fizz just randomly entered the chat, and a video of Little Fizz masturbating hit the web, but his penis resembles a mushroom.
Oh
just
no! Just
like
teeny tiny, just mushroom cap.
Like it gives like a very thin shaft, but a very bulbous tip.
Oh no!
Oh, I can't look at that.
It's just not cute.
Okay,
not cute. And listen, we're not dick shaming over here. We aren't
for
dick
all
shaming.
you mushroom penis men out there. We love you. We are not shaming.
Mushroom penis community, we love you. There is a woman out there.
Yes,
there is a woman, man, or
there
somebody in between out there for every single one of y'all mushroom penises. Somebody's walls love being pushed outward when they're being
I bet there's a Reddit thread. I bet there's a Reddit thread for women who love the mushroom.
I could say I want to.
You know what? The only time I have ever let's be real here. The only time I've ever enjoyed a celebrity's like sexual video leak, Nelly's was good, but I could have done without the girl in the video. Her hair was real cute though, but her nails was crunchy. Anyway, her nails just weren't cute for me.
Tanya Harding was horrible.
I don't want to know nothing about Tanya Harding being naked.
It was so bad.
I don't want to know nothing. All I can imagine is just Tanya Harding in like a top knot and ice skates. Like thinking
picture like so built from the waist down, like just having a body of just muscle, just all muscle, and then nothing on the top. Just so like little boy on the top. It was just her way she's built naked is not cute. Not the way she looks. And then her trying to act sexy, it's like it was just her dude
I
was
think you all are go ahead.
There's a vibe for that. Like I'm sure that there are some men who find female bodybuilders sexy, right?
Right.
There's a vibe for that.
Yeah.
Like I'm sure that there is somebody who don't
it wasn't the other way around.
Yeah. I'm sure that there's somebody out here who don't want nothing less than a men with legs like damn Chun-Li. But
tree trunk.
If you don't feel sexy, if you can't embody that, if you don't feel it for yourself, it's never gonna happen for anybody else. No one is gonna believe you're sexy if you don't think you're sexy. Well, actually, that's a lie because a lot of people on the internet clearly think I'm sexy, and
like the raunchiest sex tape I've ever seen was Farrah from Teen Mom. She is the raunchiest I have ever seen anybody.
That was uncomfortable. To be perfectly honest, but the only sex tape that I ever enjoyed was Pamela and Tommy Lee. I enjoyed that sex tape because they were in love. It was beautiful.
Yeah.
But the only like celebrity nude I've ever liked was Adrian Grenier.
Oh, he's smoking hot.
Ooh, I have to check
Oh.
him out. I'll check him out.
Oh,
He was on
that
the
Entourage,
video
top
makes-
right?
hair.
Yes.
Entourage guy, right? The hair.
The video, yes.
Okay.
The video
With the
made
hair.
And for those of you who didn't watch Entourage, he was Anne Hathaway's boyfriend in The Devil Wears Prada.
Was he? See, I would have never known that. I would have
Yeah,
never known
he's
that.
so cute. So what was his video?
His video, he was on, I think he was on like some sort of like Skype or something with somebody and like having like a mutual exchange. And he's just so hot.
He's so cute. Yeah,
Like,
same. I think he's adorable.
He's cute.
That
He's
dark
so-
hair
I
and the
can't even
green
remember.
eyes and
Yes, and he has just and I can't even I can't remember what his genitals look like, to be perfectly honest with you. I can't remember, but he's just so sexy. I was like, oh, hi, like go off.
I remember seeing Lenny Kravitz when he was singing and his leather pants split because his tripod didn't have enough room.
Oh,
And
Trish,
I was like,
Trish.
woo, had to break out the widescreen TV for that one. Like,
We've
wow.
had this conversation, Trish. And so, this is hard for me. This is hard for me.
Lenny, I know. Because you
know, like that's I have a hard relationship with Lenny Kravitz. So I can't like that. I can't see him like that. Oh my God.
Yeah.
But if it gives you any indication, Krista can confirm.
Oh,
I don't
Lord.
have a penis, but I got it honestly. So
wow.
Anyway.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, I'm keeping it. It's big and I like it and it didn't go nowhere. I was like, hey.
Talking about Tanya Harding, you all are probably not old enough to remember when she was actually in the Olympics, but I was working. I was working at the time, and I had a roommate, and her boyfriend, who's now her husband, had just moved up from North Carolina, and it was before they got married. And we had a bunch of friends over, and we were watching the Olympics, and it was when Tanya Harding broke her shoelace. I don't know if you've seen the repeats of this, but she has her hair pulled back in a French braid, and she goes out onto the ice, and she breaks her shoelace, and she stops her performance and goes over to the judges, and she kicks her leg up to show the judges her broken shoelace, and she's crying this terrible, ugly cry. And my then roommate's now husband was standing in the back of the room, and he's from like Statesville, North Carolina or something, real country guy. And he's standing in the back of the room real quiet. And then he pipes up. He's like, damn, that girl's uglier than the back of my balls.
I mean, like,
and that pretty much summed
shout
it
out
up.
to him, man.
Bless her heart.
I was there. I remember when
You're right. It was so funny.
She committed that crime, or allegedly, or whatever.
He was right.
He was that guy.
He was a man of few words.
The guy that did that, that's the guy who's in the sex tape, her husband.
Tanya Harding makes me realize what a shitty person I am in real life.
What?
Because Tanya Harding lives rent free in my mind for that reason.
Aww.
Like because of that. And I'm like,
I know.
That scandal is just so iconic to me. Like, I don't think we'll ever see a pop culture scandal like that. Like, for some reason, scandals like that, like, can we talk about scandal? Because the stuff that happens in the media today, like I haven't seen a real scandal out here recently, except Britney's conservatorship and Kelly Price's family trying to get a conservatorship when she was laying in the bed, damn near dead from COVID, and her family was trying to take over her money. And Kelly Price's family, y'all are going to hell. And Wendy's people, y'all going to hell too. But
Amanda Bynes is trying to get out of her conservatorship now too.
Oh, she's in one still? I didn't even know that.
Amanda Bynes has been 9 years, I think, and they said that she's getting married, I think, and she filed to get out of her conservatorship. I mean, 9 years. I understand if you're having mental health issues, but taking this woman's money and life for how long was it for Britney? It was even longer, wasn't it?
13 years.
13 years. Yeah.
And it's like, But like what I was saying was like we don't get good. This is just me being messy, just for the fuck of being messy. We don't get good scandal like we used to get. Like that's why I said like the
I mean, the
Tanya
Jennifer
Harding scandal.
stuff's pretty scandalous. I mean, to think that she's
just
the
Jen Shaw.
mockery of this whole thing is scandalous.
Yeah, like for me, nothing will ever top Tanya Harding or Bill Clinton for me.
Bill Clinton, yeah.
Or Reagan. But
man.
the Watergate scandal is a whole lot worse. But Bill Clinton's scandal was fun. Reagan was just
it's just the details that were out about what their sexual details. I'm like, oh God, I don't want to know that about our president. Like, I don't want to know what he's doing.
I remember that.
We didn't have
that
to
again shows you it's not the crime, it's the cover up, right? It's not the crime. We all would have forgiven him for a BJ, right? But it was when he came out and wagged his finger and said, I did not have sexual relations with that woman. And that's when I turned on him.
Part for me. It's the that woman part for me.
That's like, when I turned on him.
Don't minimize her as don't minimize because I always say minimalize and that's not a real word. Like it's converse, not conversate. But
you're thinking like trivialize. He's trying to trivialize
that's
it.
What I'm thinking.
And he tried to make her out as a stalker too.
Right.
Yes, I got to pee slut just she decided to give you BJ. Like you're just as wrong as her because you're a married man.
Well, he tried. He sent his minions out. He sent his minions out to try to make it seem like she just had a crazy crush on him. She was a crazy stalker. He'd never hooked up with her. She just, she was delusional and, all this stuff. And that's just disgusting. And that kind of thing, when I was working as an attorney, there were circumstances that I won't get into that were completely inappropriate. And something that happened where a partner from another office basically stuck his tongue down my throat. But I knew better than to come back to Richmond and tell my boss here, because even if he believed me, he would think, well, what did you do? This partner's not stupid. He wouldn't have done that unless he thought you wanted it. Or, I'm just an associate. I don't bring in a lot of money and that partner brings in millions of dollars a year. Who are they going to get rid of? And so just now I've lost my train of thought, but the idea of victim shaming or, because I knew that I would be victim shamed, even if not to my face. And that's what happened to Monica. They tried to make it appear like she was some kind of nutcase. And it turned out, and we all would have believed it if she hadn't kept that blue dress, with the DNA.
Like, Monica went through a lot of slut shaming for me, which I didn't agree with. What happened to you was victim blaming. I don't think what happened to Monica was victim shaming. I think because I don't consider her a victim. Like she made her own choices. Now what happened to her when all of this blew up was definitely crazy and evil, right? Like the way that they made her like the sole proprietor of Bill Clinton's infidelity to his marriage. Like that is crazy to me. Like a man is only going to do what a man wants to do. A woman can sit here and flounce her entire uterus in front of his face. And if he don't want it, he ain't going to go for it. So it's like making her the scapegoat for this entire thing was completely disgusting for me. But to me, this situation, there's two things that I wanted to say. Though that situation was the perfect example for me of the truth lies somewhere in the middle. Because the way Monica kind of infantilized the situation and kind of made it into a fantasy of like their relationship and almost made it seem like there was like this courtship happening between them. And then for Bill to be the stark exact opposite and to not only say he's never had relations with that woman, but then to reduce her to just some cheap, tawdry slut. Like, the middle of
he gave her gifts. I mean, he gave her gifts. He gave her The Leaves of Grass, the, poem by Walt Whitman, a book that was very special to him, and he bought her a first edition. He bought her very meaningful gifts. They would talk on the phone, and I remember being 22 years old and kind of getting swept up in that sort of fantasy love kind of thing. I mean, I think to her, she really thought that there were feelings there,
And to him, he was doing what he needed to do to
he
get the
was
draws
just
and keep her quiet.
right. Yeah.
But the keeping of
Yeah,
the
and
blue
that's been going
dress will
on.
always be so weird to me.
What, the blue dress that she kept it?
That she kept it.
It was because
and that she kept
it was
in
because
the
Linda
condition.
Tripp. Well, Linda Tripp told her to. On the tapes, she happened to mention that she had thrown the dress in their pile to take to the dry cleaner, and Linda Tripp said, "You need to save that dress just in case you need to cover your own behind. If anything ever comes out, and you need to prove that you're not lying." And so she did. That's why she saved the dress, and ultimately, that's what
How did this situation break?
exonerated her.
Linda Tripp.
Well, no, the Drudge Report. Well, so so Michael, is it Michael Drudge? The Drudge Report back in '97, he dropped a thing saying that, an item saying that, and this was back when the internet was, young. He dropped a thing saying that Clinton was having an affair with an intern. And, because he had rumors dogging him of inappropriate relations with women before, everybody on his team, including Hillary, came out, and she was on NBC News, the Today Show one morning. And I remember watching from the gym, and she was saying, this is all a right-wing conspiracy. The right will do anything to try to take him down and blah, blah, blah. And then ultimately it came out because Linda Tripp contacted the attorney for Paula Jones, and also Ken Starr, who was the independent investigator, the independent counsel for the Department of Justice looking into Clinton and Whitewater and the guy who committed suicide. What was his name? Anyway, they were looking into that, and they were looking into Paula Jones, and they wound up, when they found out that Linda Tripp had these tapes, and they listened to the tapes of Monica talking about her relationship. That's when the FBI, Monica went to see Linda. They were meeting at Potomac. There's a big mall right next to the Pentagon, and they went to meet there for lunch at the food court. And that's when the FBI showed up, took Monica up to a room for like 12 hours, wouldn't let her call anybody. And they were saying, did you have any relationship with the president? And she kept denying it and denying it. And but they had the receipts. They were like, well, did you ever receive a book of poems from Walt, by Walt Whitman? And, other, like a hat, I think. He also gave her like a hat pin because she was known for wearing berets and things like that. And when he realized that he had been caught was when, and they were going to try to get him on perjury because he went in and denied that he had any relationship with her. But when they got into the details, did you ever give her a book of poems by Walt Whitman? Did you ever give her a hat pin? He knew that someone had talked. And that's when Monica went to Linda and said, did you talk? Did you tell anybody? And that's when Linda said, well, yeah, because, this is wrong and someone had to speak up. So that, so it was all brought in as part of the Paula, what was her name? Paula
Jones.
Paula Jones.
Paula Jones.
Yeah, Paula Jones case. And then Ken Starr. So.
It's just crazy that the same person who told Monica to keep that dress to cover her ass is the same person who ended up bringing this to the spotlight in the first place. Like the whole reason this blew up is the same person who told you to cover your ass.
Because she knew.
She wanted it to be true. She wanted it to blow up and wanted her friend in trouble. She wanted the president in trouble, I think.
Right. She did.
Who's the vendetta against? Is the vendetta against Monica Lewinsky or is it against Bill Clinton? Like,
It was
Who are you
against Bill
trying to F
Clinton.
up here?
Yeah, Linda said it was against Bill Clinton. And she didn't like Bill Clinton, and she didn't like, the fact that he was playing these games, and,
Yeah,
yeah.
Monica was conflicted. If you hear there when she talked to Linda Tripp, she was falling in love with him. She was like conflicted.
Oh,
and
Monica,
like,
yeah.
like she thought this was going to be something.
She thought it was
It's
real.
so
And
sad.
that's why I was
Yeah.
like,
It is sad.
the truth of this has to lie somewhere in the middle of all of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
He's a
There's my little nug. He is. I got to take my dog for a walk.
I'm eating my food.
Yeah.
Both times
Leo's ready for his walk.
Oh, I'm probably about to go walk Luna myself, but
she was out for her own too. She wanted to be something. I guess she wanted her name out there too. But think about it, she's one who exposed them, so she really got a name.
Right. I need to figure out how often I want to do this.
I enjoyed it.
Just sitting and going live.
I'm here for it.
I miss going live. I just want. I guess I just didn't have like content that I felt like would keep people like here for alive. I felt like, a pre-record is one thing. They can always go watch the video, not watch it or whatever, blah, blah, blah. But then, I don't know, like, I just feel like you really have to be able to, like, be entertaining for a live. And, like, for a while, I just didn't think I was able to really, like, do what I needed to do to maintain a live space. I was just like, I'm not invested in what I'm doing right now. But I was like, until I figure out how the hell I'm going to figure out my technological filming situation and all of that stuff, this is probably where I'm going to be for a while. So I'm trying to figure out tell me what to do, Leo. What do I do? What do I do?
I think you should, whenever you feel like it, just, drop a note and say that you're thinking about going live, and we'll all pitch in and join you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because I'm trying to see if I should do this like once or twice a week, daily, just whenever. Because I'm trying to like be a proper Virgo and like have some sort of consistency in schedule.
Structure, right?
Like
Yeah.
I'm going to do this, then I'm going to do it as a series and come out with a schedule and figure out when I'm going to do it. But I don't know.
That puts too much pressure on you, though.
It's all I know.
Yeah.
The pressure.
The pressure.
But the pressure. But I think somebody asked in the comments a while ago, was I still coming to the tour in Nashville? Yes, to whoever asked. For some reason that just popped up in my mind. Yes, I am coming.
Good. Better be there.
Yes, and I will be wearing clothes allegedly. Because I may just show up naked at this point. I don't know. You know what? A part of me wanted to do a gag, but I couldn't maintain this gag all night. I could not keep this gag up the entire show. Is me showing? Yes, Rosemary. I will be there, babe. She was the one that asked. I wanted to show up like Kenya did to that charity event with the fishnet thing when like she was impersonating Phaedra with the ass pads on and all that stuff.
Right.
I wanted to show up in that outfit, but I can't sit in that outfit all night and be serious. Like,
yeah, that was bold.
Like that was a bold move. Like I was like, girl,
Kenya is shady. She's shady.
Never robbed a bank with that chick. She's held
when she showed up at Marlo's hair opening. Kenya more hair care.
I'm like, what?
And but you know what's so funny? Now every time somebody says Kenya more hair care, they can only say it like Kenya more hair care.
So right.
I was like, no, she's not. That was so bad. That was bad.
That was bad.
That was
when she brought the whole cookie lady to the damn lunch, and the woman shows up with cookies. Like,
yeah, that's shady, messy mess.
That's the closest thing I've ever seen this show get to Desperate Housewives. Like that was something I could see happen on the real Desperate Housewives.
She was
Yeah, and that chick never came back. What was that lady's name?
The cookie lady?
No, not the cookie lady, but the one who was engaged.
Fallon?
Yeah,
not engaged.
no, not Fallon. The one that
engaged.
the cookie lady, the one that the cookie lady, she was from Toronto. She took the ladies up. Tanya.
Yeah.
She left the show in the middle of the season. Well, not the middle of the season. It was towards the beginning. But she left the show when she exposed herself and got herself caught up in that whole thing with Portia and Bolo, because nobody was saying that she had anything to do with that. The problem was that she outed herself and said that
That's right.
She was like, I was in this girl's room all night.
That's right.
That's all I know. And what she doesn't realize is King is blatantly sitting there saying like Portia was the one that was with Bolo. So
right.
And I heard other voices. So you saying you was the other voice?
You were the other voice.
What was you doing? Watching?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was wondering why she didn't come back, if it was because of the whole cookie lady business.
I felt bad when that happened.
I check on Tanya every now and again just because of that. Because I'm like, where is Tanya?
Yeah. She was she was fun.
I miss Tanya. I want Tanya to come back. If I could recast Atlanta, I would bring back Eva. I would bring back Tanya.
I love Eva.
I would bring back Claudia.
I liked Claudia. What happened to Claudia?
Yeah.
She just didn't want to do the show. Like, she signed her contract for the show halfway through filming the show. So like there was so like if you watch that season while it was airing, she didn't get a tagline until the middle of the season.
Oh. Now what would your tagline be if you had a tagline?
Let's see. Because I've never thought of a good one. But I'm working on one. Like I have a thought of like y'all go because mine has wordplay in it and I'm trying to like figure out the pun. So y'all go ahead.
The only one I could ever think of is I may not have any money, but that doesn't stop me from shopping.
Word. We love that.
They always have like a two-part, they always have the beginning, of the sentence, like, I may not have any money.
The punchline. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Comma.
I may not be great. I'm in Jersey.
Right. Exactly. I may be no garden, but I'm from the Garden State, or
I might not. We are just so corny. We don't even have anything to hold. We like hold our hip. Like
hold our hip.
Really?
Yeah, they hold our hip.
They don't have like
no golden plant, no nothing. Nope, we stand like that.
Salt Lake City technically doesn't hold anything either. They just digitally
they've got a snowflake. Oh, right.
And, by the way, having snowflakes on a show with a predominantly white cast is just funny to me.
Yeah.
As that being your symbol. Like, I get it.
Instead of saltine crackers, Yes.
And then, like,
saltine crackers.
Those taglines used to be what they would one of the sentences or phrases they would say in the show. They used to not even make up a tagline. It used to be something they said, something funny they said.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Yeah, they must make up the taglines at the end of the season because they generally pick up on whatever their story arc is. Like, you might think I'm an evil person, but I've got a heart of gold, or if they're being set up as the evil
Kyle's
person.
always has Beverly Hills in it. Hers always says, "I may be from Beverly Hills, but
I'm
not a fake." Yeah,
everything.
Yeah,
like they actually
everything everything in Beverly Hills is fake, but not me.
Right. They supposed to get a bunch of taglines to choose from or something. I'm like, well, who makes these up?
Well, the girls don't. The girls don't. No, the writers, they've got writers who probably come up with different ideas, and then they probably sit down with the girls and say, what do you think about
Sounds like
X, Y, or Z?
You know what annoys me about that, though?
Yeah.
Kyle has been on this show for 25 years, right? Every year, her tagline starts with basically the same thing. In this town, in Beverly Hills, in this city, around here. It's always one of those things, right?
This is my town.
This is my town. But
in a town of fakes.
I can always find a, but like they wouldn't let Giselle keep her they wouldn't let Giselle keep I'm the smartest thing, or word on the street is I'm the word on the street.
I
Like
love that.
my favorite taglines have been Giselle's taglines.
I
They've
love,
always
yeah.
been Giselle's taglines
I have to
because
listen to him.
Giselle.
I
Hold on a
love
second.
Giselle.
Hold on, because
Hmm.
I got a call and it messed up my whole thing. Hold on, let's see if this works. Can y'all hear me?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Oh, y'all are just on my computer speaker.
Yeah, we're
now.
just here.
It's fine. But yeah, like Giselle always had the best taglines for me because it was always
What are you doing?
the word on the street is I'm the word on the street. Then like season 2 was word on the street is I'm still word on
I'm
the street.
still a word on the, yeah.
That was my favorite. That was like that was peak Housewives for me. Like that was when I knew Housewives was like starting to like caricature itself. Because I
Yeah.
thought that was just like brilliant. Like she was like the last 2 seasons, I'm the baddest thing walking and the smartest thing talking. Then when she got with
Pastor Holy Whore.
yes, she was like, I'm the
Mr.
smartest thing
Holy
walking
Whore.
and the most anointed
Jamal.
thing talking.
Anointed.
I was like,
Most anointed.
I was like,
Dude, I
Girl.
love when they tried to deliver pizza at Karen's house. I'm like, what? No,
I love that.
only they would do that to find
with
out
the
if she lived
mustache,
there.
like, and I'm like, I just,
That's some shit I would do.
I would do that. Like,
I would.
I would be the one to show, but I would, but if I was gonna do it, I was gonna commit to it. Like they put Robin in full Pizza Hut drag,
I
like
know.
Right.
mustache and all.
I'm like, what in the fuck?
They put her in full Pizza Hut drag. They gave her a fake mustache and all. If I was there, I would have stood there with the pizza and been like, "I'm sorry that you know we
Well,
was
at
a
least
little
wait
late.
till they answer the
You know, I got
door.
lost."
Find
Or at
out.
least wait till they give you a tip. Wait for your
She
tip.
did- She threw it at the door and ran. Like
And ran. Like, what pizza guy's going to do that?
Yeah, we're not going to
the
find
tip,
out what
Trish.
she's for.
Not the tip.
Not the tip.
just give them
Just the tip. Just give me my tip. I just want the tip. That's all.
It's the tip.
Wait,
The whole
Just the
Muddy
tip.
Grace, who was on Portia's Insta yesterday? Giselle? Probably. Because they're friends, I guess. I think. I don't know. I don't care what Portia's doing.
Yeah, they had that little show, right? That kind of replaced Watch What Happens Live for a little bit. Like with
Bravo's-
Giselle, Portia.
Oh, right.
And
yeah, the Bravo
The
That's
chat
something else,
room. The chat room. Yeah.
yeah.
Epic fail. With Hannah.
I thought it was coming back.
I saw Hannah. I saw Hannah on a reel, like a Instagram reel, doing a little stand-up, short little stand-up bit about wishing that the movies showed how sex is in real life. It wasn't.
Oh,
but,
that's
I mean,
cute. I love that for her.
she must
Yeah.
be, because her fiance, I think, is a stand-up comic, so he must be helping her get
Trying
started. Yeah.
Speaking of stand-up comic, did y'all just see what happened to Joe Gorga? Before we get there really quick, Aaron
You
D
mean when
had
he
a
got
good,
in trouble?
tagline. 1 second.
Oh.
Aaron D said that I may not have been first, but I am the best. Sickening. Mine was gonna be like, mine may be like, mine was trying to play the word racist and race and the thing like I make it like I can spot I can spot a racist from a mile away, but I'm always first in the race or something like that, something stupid of that nature. But anyway, what happened to Joe Gorga? I literally watched this 20 minutes before I came on live from TMZ, where he was basically on stage doing a comedy bit on
and asked him about Louis. Yeah.
No. He was bombing during his set, and he basically started cussing out the audience.
No.
And his friend tried to take him off stage. He wouldn't leave the stage, and then Melissa had to get on stage and pull him off of stage.
No.
And Melissa had to be like, she had to like calm the crowd down or something. Like,
what happened?
I don't know, but I watched the video and you couldn't really tell. Like it just seemed like he was bombing. Nobody was laughing. He was up there drunk. And he just got drunk and belligerent. And so he was
no, and they were probably booing him. They were probably booing him
when you were watching them.
Huh?
Were you laughing at them jokes though when you're watching Joe?
There was never a joke told. He never got.
Yeah, it sounds like he just bombed. It sounds like he got up there drunk and probably thought that he could just be funny. People don't realize how hard comedy is, and they probably think that, oh, I'm a funny guy, so I can get up there and be funny. And he probably had, he was into his cups, as we say, and got a little of that liquid courage and got up on the stage and bombed. And if he did it anywhere in the New Jersey, New York area, those crowds don't play. They're going to throw a tomato at you. So I can see where they probably said, boo, get off the stage. And he probably said, F you. The Italian came out. And then I can see where a ruckus would ensue, a melee.
And Melissa had to come and save his ass. I said, well, damn, Joe.
Oh, I got to look for that. I've got to look for that video. Where was it? Where was he?
I saw it on TMZ. I'll see if I can find it and send it to the group chat or send it to you. Because
I wonder, do you know where the where his stand-up routine was taking place?
I can't remember where it was, but the video was on TMZ.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll look that
up.
It's
on TMZ's website. You can find it on TMZ's website right now.
Yeah.
Wow.
It was.
Does it say where he was? Because, I would think that audiences maybe in Birmingham, Alabama might be more polite than.
You just have to watch it. It's
Yeah. Oh my God. Bad. I'm going to watch it as soon as we get off.
It's bad. Like
oh dear.
Like the video is bad.
Oh.
It's only like a minute and 30 seconds, but it's just uncomfortable. It's just like, what is happening? Like, what is,
they brought out the hook.
Nope.
The literal, remember Bugs Bunny and the hook? The cartoon hook?
Yes, it's very like.
Good Lord.
Like, it's very that. Ooh, that scares me. But I don't know. I don't know. It's just, good God.
You should just stick to construction.
Yeah,
and construction
it's interesting.
Alone.
It's interesting how fame.
Without getting called out about it.
That's right. With the being a crook and all that. It's funny how fame seems to affect people, or a little bit of notoriety, and how some people are just really drawn to that. I think if I had a choice, I'd probably rather have, fortune rather than fame, because I think 100%. Fame can be a double-edged sword. But
that's where Housewives comes in, because we get people like this who have money, and the one thing that money can't buy is fame. Like Q Jenny Wynn, I have plenty of everything.
He's trying to blame it on Sudafed. He had too much Sudafed that day.
The manager said that he had a cold and he took a Sudafed and he was
bull.
He sounded straight up drunk.
That's bull. I hate when people
make you belligerent. Bro.
No, that's crazy. I hate when people blame bad behavior on stuff like that. Come here.
Wasn't there a song about blaming the alcohol? I can't remember what the song is.
Oh, blame it on the alcohol. Blame it on the
Blame it on the alcohol.
Yeah. Blame it on the Henny or.
Yeah.
Come on. Blame it on the alcohol.
If I don't let Portia get away with blaming something on the Henny, I'm not letting Joe Jorja get away with blaming something on the Henny.
He's just belligerent. He's ignorant. He does not give a flying. He just appears to not give a flying at all. At all.
Who, Gorga?
Yeah,
Joe Gorga?
Fuck. He does not care. No.
Wait, what happened?
It's a shame. Like, he really should, because he's wow. That's shocked. That's wow.
What, Joe?
It's embarrassing, actually.
Didn't Joe Gorga had a pizza place at one point?
No, that was Joe Giudice. Oh, but wait, no, Gorga had a restaurant. No, remember?
That was Joe Gorga, because I think that was around the time that Melissa was also like trying
Right.
to like grow.
Gorga had the restaurant, and then Judice had the pizza parlor when he filed for bankruptcy before he went to jail. Remember, they had Gia's like Melania's fifth birthday there or
place, I just don't
something.
remember the restaurant part,
But then the restaurant, remember, because he didn't tell Melissa before he bought it.
Yeah.
And Melissa was like, wait a minute, you bought a restaurant.
I'm just trying to picture in my head, where is it? Like, where is it?
Yeah, and she was like, that's something that you should mention to your wife before, and she said, if I went out and bought a restaurant, you'd have a fit if I didn't tell you.
Yeah,
So
I just want to know what happened to all that studio equipment that Joe bought. That's
right.
Because
it's sold with the house. It's sold as it is.
That studio equipment, I'm sure they got a pretty bump on the asking price, because a full-blown recording studio is
but you're not going to recover that money unless you sell it to someone who's a recording artist. Like, you can recover your money if you upgrade your kitchen and your bathroom, because everyone needs a kitchen and bathroom. But if I decide
that's why
I want to be a beekeeper, I mean, unless you find another person who's going to be a recording artist, I don't know that they're going to say, well, you put that in for you, but I don't want it.
Well, why don't we just ask the realtor? Why don't we just call the realtor and ask her? I'm sure she knows.
Oh, okay. So
probably the same realtor, I'm sure.
Yeah.
I'll do an interview with her.
There you go.
We'll settle this.
Yeah,
we'll settle this.
I'll leave that, guys. I'll leave that to you guys.
Y'all don't even know what just happened.
No, I bet they sold the house with it.
I have no clue what just happened.
What happened?
I'm surprised. I mean, I said it enough.
Me and Krista just had a whole conversation through her lashes and my non-existent eyebrows.
Wait, which realtor are we talking about? Was it the one from the last season?
Yes.
Okay.
We'll leave it right there, because I'm gonna reach out to her and we gonna talk, because I got some questions I need to ask her my damn self. We gonna talk about it.
Can you find out the questions for me too? The questions I'd like to
I got a few. I have a couple questions. Submit any and all questions. Anybody in the chat, if you got a chat. Anyway.
Oh, well, what type of questions are we asking? Whether or not she's hooked up with other New Jersey households?
They're gonna be messy questions. I'm not even gonna front with you. They're gonna be messy.
Do you have a soul? Is your soul black? Do you have a heart? Do you regret doing this? Do you regret that?
Let me do this. Let me do this. You are not angry
your best
anymore.
friend.
You're releasing.
Do you not miss your best friend? Did you hate her guts? Did you fuck her over for a reason?
I could have sworn we were releasing
that. Okay. Now I know who we're talking about. I got you.
If she was on fire, I wouldn't put her out, but I ain't setting the fire.
Let me handle the poppycock, please. Let me wrangle the poppycock, please. We will pop the cock and
brainstorming.
Yeah.
We're just brainstorming.
I love her.
No, this is gonna get real ugly real quick, and I'm gonna save all of us right now.
I love her.
I'm saving all of us right now. Yes, we love ourselves so much right now.
I love her so much.
Anyway,
I love her so much.
So what we gonna do when Beverly Hills comes back and nobody talks about Brenna was black for a day? What we gonna do when nobody talks about it?
Why didn't they?
Yeah, what was that?
Escape that pretty quickly, didn't she? Somehow, some way.
Yeah, that was weird.
So what we gonna do? Because I don't understand.
You don't think Garcelle will say something?
Here's what's aggravating me. I hope that she does. But Erica has been doing a lot of talk. Garcelle has been doing a lot of talk about Erica on the reel, but this hasn't come up on the reel. Garcelle hasn't said shit about this on the reel that I know of. I haven't seen her bring up this, Lisa Rinna, nobody. I ain't seen her talk about nobody but Erica on the reel.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's all other stuff. I keep saying.
I don't feel like there's much to talk about when it comes to Erica. Like, I don't think that there's anything really to talk about. Like, the only thing that I want to know is the definite number of how much money she's going to have to pay. Period. That's all I care about. but as far as everything else goes, it's like, how did you start this pretty anyway? Okay.
It's like, it's amazing because I think Erica's at the point where she knows she might not ever be criminally charged, and that just is her only reason why she just say, she la la little bit like ha 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 ha, like here I am, I'm gonna just re-victimize everybody because I can't be criminally charged. So that means I'm not. That's
even
her.
if she's not criminally,
she relies on that, but she doesn't care about a moral character.
Even if she's not criminally charged, I mean, they can get judgments against her. So if they can show that Girardi Keese, put 25 million into her account at EJ Global, then, the trustee, the problem is how do you collect? That's always, you can get a judgment, but then you've got to try to collect on it.
Can't they like judge, can't they wage her or like garnish her wages, or like if she is said
once you get it,
once
you get a judgment,
right?
Once you get a judgment, so there's whoever, whether it's the trustee, who, I guess it would be the trustee if they showed that it was the debtor's account, the Girardi Keese account that the money came from, the 25 million that went into EJ Global. So once you get a judgment against somebody, and then you perfect that judgment by filing it, like basically giving people notice that you have a judgment against this person. You file it in the location, like if they live in. Hello.
Bonjour.
Is that Gabriella? Bonjour.
Hi, everyone.
Bonjour. Bonjour, Gabriella.
Hello, Joe.
But then you can start garnishing wages and collection proceedings.
That would make, if she's going to be on our cameras, I mean, I hope her $300,000 raise gets, at least 300 of it gets garnished, so she has to pay somebody back. Like, I just feel
and
cool.
You can pull her in once you got a judgment. You can pull her in every 6 months for debtor interrogatories, where you ask, where you take literally the money out of her wallet, you take the rings off her fingers. You ask her where all of her assets are located, and so every 6 months you can drag her in, which is a pain in the butt.
This to Tierra Marie, because Tierra Marie owes 50 Cent $30,000, and she made a whole song talking about she ain't got it, and she been basically trolling 50 Cent, saying she gonna pay him, and 50 Cent threatened to garnish her Love and Hip Hop money.
I literally forgot about her.
Rent free.
Yeah, he can do it, but he's just got to get a judgment. He's just got to get a judgment against her, and then docket the judgment, and then try to collect on it. And then, of course, if it's such an amount, like a 25 million, I mean, if someone got a judgment against me for 25 million, I don't have it, so I couldn't pay it, and I file for. And you can file for bankruptcy. What?
I heard. I'm sorry. I heard something last night about Erica Jaunt, about her jewelry. She has got so much jewel and everything like that. She's hide it, and I heard a rumor she sell Pantera or Tiger, cat ring, for money. It's true.
Right. Well,
it's true. This rumor. She has, some hidden diamond and. Necklace, everything like that, somewhere, like in a coffre of, I don't know, in bank, in
security box.
Yes, in the security bank in Paradise Fiscal, like Cayman and everything like that. It's true. This story. Do you think it's true?
Well, it doesn't matter. Whether the trustee recovers the, like if they show again that Girardi Keese money was used to buy the Cartier ring, which I'm sure it was, the trustee can either recover the ring and sell it himself, or he recovers the proceeds. So if you've got a perfected lien on an item, if that item is sold, your perfected lien transfers to the proceeds of the item that was sold. So,
Okay.
So either way, if they get a judgment against her, if she's sold everything off and has the cash, she has to use the cash to pay off the judgment, or she, I don't know if it's the kind of debt that would be discharged in bankruptcy. Some debts are not discharged. If it's, if she knowingly defrauded people, of course, she claims she had no knowledge. So, it just depends, but she might try to just bankrupt, for these claims.
It's very
judgment.
strange because she said in her book she was aware what her husband make in this firm, and she was maybe some part of public relation in this world of lawyer and everything like that. And I was very and now she said I don't know. And remember when in this episode of The Real Housewife she said, oh, the one sentence is false and two is true. She was a witness with in the trial about a mob story. She said that, and she said in the book, she said she was aware. And I remember always this sentence about certain, if a devil stand in my LLC, I know it. It's very strange, and now she play, the dumb girl. I don't know. I'm like, Hellwoods, I don't know. I'm so innocent.
I don't think
blonde.
I don't think she was completely without knowledge, but I also don't think that she knew what all was going on at the law firm. I don't think she could have known what was going on at the law firm. But when she started getting sued and things started going left, I think that's when she caught wise and thought, I need to get out of here while I can. But, I think at that point she knew something was going on. And to the extent that she continued to accept expensive gifts and money after that, that could be a problem.
By all means necessary.
And she's probably one of those people too. It's like, oh yeah, I think my husband's doing some shady business, but the less I know about what he actually does, having lived with Tom for that long, it's like, I'd rather not know. So when someone asks me, I could just say I don't know, and I'm not about it. So it's probably a conscious unknowing of what really was going on, and just for her.
Well, that might be true for her family, like for the family income taxes, but I don't know how she would be in a position to know anything about the business and the fact that he was running his law firm like a Ponzi scheme.
I mean, his ex-wife basically stated it in her divorce decree that this man does this, and he thinks it's a joke. And watch out, this man steals from his clients. And then another 25 years goes by, the bar hears about it, everybody hears about it, but Erica Jane.
See, that's what makes me sick, is that it took so long to stop him. Because again,
I don't get it.
The white privilege, the
he's
successful lawyer, the reputation,
It's like Bernie Madoff.
I'm sorry?
It's like Bernie Madoff. So it's like Bernie Madoff. How much year of Bernie Madoff was caught? How much? It's like 30 years he do a Ponzi scheme, and it's insane. How much Bernie Madoff was arrested? It's the same for Tom.
He probably could afford that lifestyle. He just couldn't afford her life. He could probably afford their lifestyle, just not hers on top of that. You know what I mean?
Well, either way, he just got it. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
Because we already know, like, whether she knew anything or not, she's presented herself in a contradictory way. Because she, on one hand, she says she knows everything. She knows everything that's going on. She's not this dumb, da-da-da-da-da-da. But then all of a sudden, when it comes time to know something, she don't know nothing. Now, mind you, her excuse to that will probably be, did I know everything that was going on inside of my house? Yes. But did I know everything that was going on inside of his law firm? No. That was what I meant. That's contextual. That's a contextual loophole. But what I really want to know is at this point, because this was the perfect crime, who is going to play these people? Who's playing Tom and who's playing Erica? Where's Jack Nicholson?
Seriously. But like, I remember when this came out, I called Zach Peter. I said, I guarantee this dude is sick, or he's got some terminal disease he just found out about, because he does not care. He just said, oh well, I'm letting her. He just let her conservatorship, let her go. I don't give a shit about her anymore. She can fucking pay it back. I don't care how she looks. I'm out. Conservatorship.
Yeah.
Perfect.
I think Danny DeVito could play Tom, and then maybe
DeVito. Yeah.
Like,
you know who can play Erica? I think maybe
Lala.
No, not Lala. No, not Lala. You know what? it's one of actress of Heroes,
Scarlett
and
Johansson.
she play in
That was my guess.
Elwood. She play in Legally Blonde.
Reese Witherspoon?
Lady Gaga.
No,
Reese Witherspoon?
not maybe Reese Witherspoon. Yes, maybe. Why not? Why not?
I know the one who played the stepmom, right?
Yes, the stepmom.
Ali Lauder?
Yes, exactly. She can play.
Or
Erika.
was it not Ali Landry?
See,
Who was
Ali
the woman?
She plays
Not
in
Ali Landry,
Heroes,
but was
and
it
she
Ali
plays-
Lauder?
Yes, exactly.
married
she
to the-
can play. She was arrested and she was in the trial of Legally Blonde. She can play Rika.
She played
Because
Erica Jane in the movie.
Oh.
Yes.
Erica Jane.
Oh, that's right. Oh my god. I
Yes,
forgot.
she can play Rika. Because you know what? Because it's the same feature, and you know the Ice Queen, side she has Erika Jane, and I think maybe I will compare with Jen Shah, because Jen Shah, she play
Raquel
me.
Welch will play
It's
Rona.
not very. I don't want to be insulting, but she would play. Oh, I'm just fabulous. I'm dumb. I don't know what's happening. She plays. She doesn't know. She's not so much. A mastermind to do that. She plays the angry woman, and Erika Jane. She always say, "Oh, I'm the master. I know. I'm the strategist. I'm the chess master in this all of everything." But then Shah played, the insane, crazy, and angry woman, and she has sympathy because she was funny in Salt Lake. Jen Shah is funny sometimes. Remember when we see in the dinner with Lisa and Meredith and say, "Oh, I don't go like that," and Jen Shah says that it was funny. She is funny, Jen Shah. Maybe it was the reason you don't have the same hatred against Jen Shah like Erika.
We didn't have enough time to get to know Jen Shah like we did Erica. We had time to love Erica, believe in Erica, like actually be a fan. Jen Shah just came in like a tornado and made us hate her from day one. So then when this came out, we're not really giving her a lot of grace. Like, I think we're so obsessed with Erica, I think it's because we put 10, 15 years into her and thinking she was one person when she's somebody else. And Jen Shah would just kind of like, she's an asshole. And like, she just was an asshole from day one, I think, anyway. She never gave us any reason to like her. So I think that's why we go after. I think we're upset about Erica.
Does anyone on the panel think Lala is made for housewife? Because yes, maybe she is made for housewife, but she doesn't have an husband now. She's
that's a complication these days.
And when I see Lala what she's doing now with Randall, I say, oh no, she can go on housewife, because she doesn't handle the implicit rules of this world. She doesn't handle this type of rules. And I think she was maybe the angry woman, but she's not so smart like that, because she threw Randall in hell like that, but he has money. Just don't speak and wait.
She can do Housewives, but she'll just end up like Brandy Glanville.
And you think
I think she's too young. Lala.
And do you think Brandy Glanville is good reference now? Do you think Brandy Glanville is good reference in Housewife world? I prefer to be LVP on don't.
No.
Nope.
She's not friends with anybody, I don't think.
I think even her and Kim have.
I don't think anybody likes Brandy.
Well, as far as Brandy,
they did?
Her and Kyle are cool.
Are they?
But her and Kim aren't speaking.
I see that. But
which
do
is
you
weird.
hear the interview of Denise Richards when she when Brandy Glanville came to see her about the podcast, and she wants to make out with Patrick Muldoon? I'm sorry, I have a crush on Patrick Muldoon when I was younger.
He was cute.
Shout out to Patrick Muldoon.
And Denise Richards and Lisa Rinna they were dating Patrick Muldoon at the same time. It's a story. And
who was?
Lisa Rinna and
Brandy?
Denise Richards. No, Denise Richards.
There's overlap. Yeah.
They dating at the same time Patrick Muldoon, where they were young. And Brandy, when she came to see Denise, she wants to make out with Patrick.
Oh.
And
she wanted to make out with Aaron and Aaron and Denise too. Remember when she was talking about a throuple?
Like,
She never.
Aaron did not give it to me.
Aaron was like,
but-
nah,
No, I don't think it's true.
He was
I think-
weird. He was talking about people following him and, from the government because,
And
he
had Denise-
Oh,
does,
I've got
he's got, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I've got an unpopular opinion. I mean, he could definitely get it to me, but then after we get it, he could just talk about his
Absolutely.
job, and then I can fall asleep.
Okay.
Yes.
It's perfect.
I love you.
Yeah, he was sort of an odd dude, right?
Yeah.
Joe Mendoza is right. He's
Joe.
hot enough to get it, and then he can talk me to sleep.
I can't.
And then he'll fall
Start
asleep.
explaining what he does for. But if he has, but hold on, wait a minute. If he has to talk you to sleep, then clearly the sex wasn't that good.
He didn't get it.
Well, but
Oh my God.
really though, like your adrenaline at that point is still racing, right? So it's not like you're
Lies.
gonna completely go to sleep at that point. So
Not the way I do it.
it's just gonna be a little lullaby, girl. Like talk me through what you do, and then 5 seconds later, out, done.
I'm not that type. I'm the type that's gonna bang it out, turn you over, big.
I can't.
Oh my God.
Oh my God. I just want one question. What's the job of Aaron? I think he was a healer or shaman. What's his job?
He was like a healer or something, and he claimed the government, was following him because Big Pharma didn't want him to come out with, his healing properties, or I don't know what he had.
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't understand.
Like electrodes or something, some kind of electrodes. And
There's
so,
there's
so
very
instead of,
little
the
truth.
government or
The bigger picture, there's truth to that, but they're not going after little old him. They just don't want people to do that in general. But
The
he
fact
just
that
thinks,
he's
big pharma wants to
he
keep
thinks
us
that
sick, I guess.
being pinpointed, and really, Big Pharma doesn't want any of that stuff to get out. Really.
Oh yes.
the fact that he has explained what he does 3 times, and the fact that we just sat here for 20 minutes trying to figure out what the fuck Aaron does.
I know.
Well, didn't he hook up? Remember when Denise had a hernia or a couple of hernias, and he hooked her up to some electrodes or something, and said, "This is going to
She had her
fix
hand
you
on
up."
the crystal ball, and all of a sudden she was supposed to be
Okay.
all right.
Yeah, I'm not sure because she said that she,
That's
at first was
primary.
not going to take. You
Huh?
What? Oh, nothing.
Oh, anyway, yeah, he gave her some electrodes, and she said she was going to try to, not take medicine for the pain, but she wound up taking the medicine for the pain. So I'm not sure how well these electrodes worked.
Yeah.
But
You can use electrode. It's true for when you have pain. It's in France you use it when you with ankle, everything like that. With a physiotherapist, you can use electrode. It's true. It's and you can use electrode to anti-aging. I know I had a device about that. But
really, wait, let's back up. Anti-aging.
Yes, I use
do that?
anti-aging. It's called.
Everybody in the chat said, "What?"
Yeah, wait, what?
Okay,
What kind of electrodes?
Okay,
Electrode
not
is-
in an electrode. It's calling a new one, and you have a brand. It's calling tripolar. You have a electric current in your muscles, and it's calling Forever, and it's make a gymnastic for your face, but by this device. And I use LED, luminotherapy for the aspect of my skin. I have the mask, and I use it, and you don't aging, you be younger, and you have this growth. It make a very expensive mask, but we have in Europe less expensive but very good mask, and it's very good. And you have tripolar, and you make you make in your face, and you are young like baby, like baby.
I like that.
Yeah, I mean, I've tried some
in.
electrostimulation before, but not on my face.
I do it in my face. I do it in my face, and I do it.
Same here, Joe.
Oh yes,
Yes.
I had the same thing, but it's not for my face too. But it's not the story. You know what? And yes, and I use and I want to buy a Japanese device. with Roland. It's calling Slim Sarah, and you are very young after that. I don't. It's very expensive. I waiting to buy it, but yes, you have anti-aging electrostimulation to be young. It's very known now in France, in Europe, and but not in US. I see that the beauty vlogger don't speak about that. But it's true, when you're having pain, they use it on your body. You don't feel much pain, and you don't feel much painkillers medication. It to have very less much killer, because we want to avoid painkiller medication. We don't want to be addict about that. In France, it's very much less medication, and to try to live with your pain, to stimulate your body, to go to sport, to walking, everything like that. It's not the same way to think now about the pain. And we have a center against the pain, and you go to see specialists about that. It's very
body stimulation. Woo!
Yes, oh yes, you want body stimulation. Hey, I want to say one thing. Do you see the video about Bolo and the fruit?
The fruit?
Yes,
The
Luan
fruit.
speak.
Oh my God, no! But I want to see it.
And I say, oh my God, it's a tripod. This guy.
Like, you actually see it? Like, you can see it?
Yes, I see it. Not no longer. I see
the video out. Okay, so it's easy to find. Oh my God,
it's not easy to find, but I find it. And
oh my
God,
God,
you can see it, and I say, oh my God, this man is just bull. I say, oh, I understand. Oh my God, it's a harm, guys. It's a harm of men. I can make a description because we don't want to be, but it's just insane. It's just insane.
Wow. Yeah.
I tell you that it's
too much. There can be too much of a good thing. There is some, too much of a good thing.
You know what? It's the thing you say. Don't approach me. Don't approach me. I can't handle it. I can't handle it. I do yoga. I can't.
Yeah, traffic one is too much.
But yes, it's not too much. Okay, guys. I'm very, elastic, but that I can handle.
Oh.
I can't handle it. No. I can't.
It's pretty bad when you say I've given birth, but I can't handle that.
Oh yes.
Umbrellas and elastic, though. Yes, girl.
Yes.
Okay, I'm single. I can't handle so much thing, but that's no.
That's funny. Elastic.
No, but you know what's crazy about? Excuse me. Just.
Oh. But
you know what's crazy about this? Thank you. You know what's crazy about people thinking Lala is gonna join Housewives at some point? I think that is the craziest theory on earth to me.
I don't think I don't.
What?
She would really try out.
But
I think that's
money.
so crazy. But the reason
She's
why,
too young.
to me, it doesn't have anything to do with money, because if Whitney is blowing through her entire savings just to rebrand her company, clearly she don't got it like that.
True.
Right.
Gina came on the show and she didn't have it like that. To me, it's not about that specifically. To me, it's more so about just you as a person. I don't know where, like, they would have to start an entire franchise of Housewives to make Lala a star of the show, because it's not like we all know Lala don't hang with nobody these women's age.
I was going to say, she wouldn't have anything in common with them.
What would she have anything in common with any of these people? She doesn't have
even her
friends this age, so they would have to go out and start a Real Housewives of Thoughtlandia.
That's
and
like
even the way she talks
with the rest of the Salt Lake City husbands.
Can you imagine Lala talking to Meredith? Oh, I'm sorry, Joe. Can you imagine Lala talking to Meredith the way she talks to her friends in LA about?
She can't do that. She can't do that. She can't.
No.
She can't.
That's like talking to Seth, John Barlow, the married husbands.
Oh my gosh.
I think they're boring. What do you think?
I like John a lot. I think John's cool. I just don't know what I think he's afraid of his wife, honestly.
Who, John Barlow?
Yeah. I think he's afraid.
Maybe she can.
I forgot she had a husband.
He can balance her.
Yeah.
What? I'm sorry. What's the sign of Lisa?
I don't know.
Hey, Ebony, I don't agree with that because
What
that
is she
like
saying?
I think that you need to have a dollar amount to join the show. I feel like the show was based on aspirational lifestyles, but then during the pandemic, people hated the housewives because they felt like they were flaunting their wealth in our face. And then,
Yes.
like, can you not be a housewife if you're not rich?
I mean, yeah,
Sorry.
Gina's not mega rich, and
And
But
she's
when
the
she
only reason
started,
I watch Orange County.
but when she started, she was
Yeah.
married and they owned 2 homes, right?
yes.
So she started off with kind of that lifestyle, and it was
I
only
mean,
after she moved out.
I think Lala makes enough money. It's just like, all right, so you want to say like they would say, well, how come Andy would never hire Snooki to be on Housewives of New Jersey? It's not like she's a bad, it's not. It's just a bad fit for that franchise.
Right.
Doesn't fit in
Yeah.
that franchise. Like she's got the
Right.
wealth, she's got the prestige and the wealth. I mean, face it, a lot of our housewives are not married, and a lot of them have to own a business or some type. So
Yes.
it's really not real housewives. So
Yes.
Isn't that funny?
You
No.
know
Isn't that
what
funny that a lot of the housewives aren't married? I mean, I don't
Right?
understand.
Because
It's
how
like,
many rich women with opulent lifestyles and a personality who's good for TV and not problematic can you find to
yeah.
be on TV that
It's
are actually
impossible.
rich and have the money and like aren't criminals
I'm actually
or
like
married to
looking
criminals?
forward to Marlo. Like we know, I did not like, obviously didn't like Marlo in the very, very beginning, but she grew on me, and I am for her. Like I am looking
Yeah.
forward to her.
Marlo is good. Marlo is good.
Like
Marlo is
she,
very good.
Like when
she
it comes
showed
to
us
the realness,
Marlo?
and
Marlo.
Are we talking about Marlo?
she stayed the same this entire time. The entire time.
Yes, she is her.
She never tried to be something she wasn't, and she's been her
Yes.
this entire time. And I'm like, I work for
she
her,
came in
married or not.
superficial and she stayed
It
superficial.
reminds
Yep.
me
I mean, she
Bethany.
didn't stay the same the entire time. She's got some nips and tucks, but
Well, no, I mean, that way, yeah.
Well, physically, child,
Yeah.
she's in a whole new body.
She's like, this is where I get my
Right.
money, and that's it. I take care of my family, and that's how I take
Yeah.
care of them. You don't like it, you don't like
that
it.
last reunion, she was given body. You know,
She's body,
She
right?
was giving fresh off the
I
table.
say one thing about Lala, and she remind me in a sort of way Bethany in her beginning, but less intelligent and less smart about the business. Because Bethany, she's not in the beginning of already so much rich. She doesn't have a big husband. Hello.
Hey,
And
is that
she-
Sharon?
I just wanted
Welcome,
to talk
Michelle Ashley, to the
about
chat.
Lala when you guys were talking about Lala.
Yes.
What's going on with Lala?
No, I see her. This is just my opinion. I see her as a social climber, and I admire her for that.
Yes.
But I think she.
Oh, what did you do, Krista?
Really, if
I'm
she's
not even
honest, you
joking.
respect her game, right?
I think she has excellent game. I think that's why she was filmed on the Salt Lake City Housewives and made an appearance on was it Vanderpump or was it Salt Lake City that they said Vanderpump Rules staff is here. But I think she's a social climber, and I think she's going to be a housewife. I know you guys won't agree with me, but I think she will. Maybe not like right now, but like in a year or two.
She
I
can
think
do
she
it.
will.
She can do it, but
relationships
she's not so smart like Bethany. Because you
Yeah,
know
but
what?
I see what you're saying though, Gabriella, because she's a hustler like Bethany, and she, like Bethany says, I don't ever want to depend on a man. I'm going to be independent,
But
and
I'm sorry, Bethany, she was very independent when she was she goes in her wedding. She already have a company, everything like that. She make it when she was during her wedding. But the problematic is with the Randall. Don't throw this man in trash like that. It's the father of your kids,
right.
and he has money, he has connection. Be smart.
I think
Be
that
smart.
she could utilize
You can
her
play the
connections that
victim,
she's
but
made
you
through the network more so than
Yeah.
anything. I think that
she can say, "Oh, Randall is cheating on me," but I'm very big person. I don't trash him like that. She's so much trashing.
Lala is so pretty and so open. She's so like willing to be open about sex and everything that I feel like she's going to stay on TV. There's going to be a platform.
Find another guy.
I agree.
Find another rich guy.
She's so open.
pretty.
And speaking of being open, I'm sure she'll just open her legs to other married men.
We said allegedly, Joe. Allegedly.
Do I think she'll utilize her?
Oh,
Do I think she'll utilize her relationships to finagle and finesse a spot on the show? Probably. It could be good for like from just like a press perspective, but I don't see it working well for her. Do I think she could probably work her way onto the show? Where's the echo here? Hold on.
What if they make a show? What if they make a show just about Lala? Like like give me more Lala, and they get a bunch of her friends.
That's what I mean. Yeah,
give them Lala.
Yeah, give them more Lala.
I feel like she was like planting the seed by being filmed in Salt Lake, and just she's gonna wait, like you guys said, she's gonna finagle a way to get in some sort of platform on Bravo with the show involving her. I think she's a real. She climbs levels of social, whatever the word is,
Yeah.
And I think she's a producer's dream because she's beautiful. She's beautiful on TV, and she's got an attitude. She's unfiltered. She's opinionated.
DJ and BJ.
I hear all of that, but she may have what it takes to get there, but I don't think that she has what it takes to stay there. Because at the end of the day,
to stay where? Not on a housewife show. No,
I'm talking about on TV. Period.
Oh, okay,
because
okay.
You have to remember, Portia was the fan favorite of the Real Housewives of Atlanta when she went and did her own show, and then everybody turned on her. And then on top of that, Lala has been on Vanderpump Rules all of this time, and she couldn't save this last season from being boring. Nobody, like most of the people didn't even like Lala at the end of the season.
They were tired of her. They all turned on her. They're tired of her shit. Like she shits on them constantly, and they weren't having it.
Like, what is Lala gonna give us on her own show that we couldn't have gotten on Vanderpump Rules that would have been better? Like at the end of the day, all we've seen her do is thought pop and then chase a man. So what else is she gonna give us? We like we don't see her companies. I ain't never seen nobody wearing no give them Lala lipstick. I ain't never seen nobody wearing no give them Lala skirt. I ain't seen nobody child wearing no.
But I appreciate her hustle. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I appreciate the hustle.
Yeah,
but the hustle without talent, charisma, and mainstay gets you nowhere. You can get in the door, but if you don't have what it takes to stay in the room, then it doesn't mean anything. You can finesse your way in to somebody who don't know any better.
She's counting on a season 10. She's counting.
What about the Shaws? 10. Could she join? Do you think something like if she joined another show like the Shaws or something? She's
not Persian, so
she's not Persian.
Shaws of Sunset,
she might try to sleep with Summer House. Wait, who could she sleep with in Winter House?
Oh, there you go.
I don't watch either one of those shows. I don't know.
Do you think she'll go from Randall to a completely different type?
No, she'll go to a hot rich guy. The next guy's hot and rich.
You don't think it will be like a dad that like is 30 years old that like also like in the movie business, like maybe in the union that works the crew? You don't think she'll go for
that guy, whoever that guy was in that picture that we suspected was Superman? That's who I picture her with. Whoever he is, maybe not as famous, but somebody that says because she's beautiful. She's got, she's got it all, really. I mean, except personality, but who really gives a shit? It's Hollywood. That's not even look for personality. But like, she's gonna find a guy just like Brock, somebody like Brock.
Oh,
I've noticed a lot of women, and I don't know if it's because lately I've been watching TLC, but it triggers me when people go dating people in other countries, like 90 Day Fiance, because there's that power struggle, like that I don't know if it's because I went through that with somebody, like a power struggle, but like when people use like their I'm an American, so you're in Africa, so I'm going to be a cougar and you're going to be a young guy and I'm going to date you. You know what I'm talking about? Like,
yes.
or the dorky kind of guy getting the Hispanic beautiful lady, Latina beautiful girl. It's always like a power struggle between them on 90 Day Fiance.
I can't believe that she forgave that freaking I can't believe his Jasmine forgave him. That's what I mean. What we thought that she was the crazy one, right? But really, he sent
the one that got the nude picture sent, that girl.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he sent her nudes like on Insta or some. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't see that part.
I thought that's what we were talking about. I literally thought that's who we were talking about. Because there's somebody else like that.
I mean, too. That's what I was referencing. That couple.
Yeah.
Okay. Has anybody here ever gotten an unsolicited dick pic that made you say, "Oh, cool, I'm going to give this guy a call"?
Nope.
Like ever?
No.
On my Twitter, there was one on my Twitter today.
But it's just so funny. Like, I don't think guys appreciate the fact that if I don't know you and you just send me a picture of your junk, that's not going to like.
I don't want. Yeah. I don't want.
I don't think girls are the same way.
Both ways for me. This goes both ways for me because I've never gotten a dick pic that I've been excited about, but I have gotten ass pics that I've been like, oh.
Was it a BBL though, or was it natural?
It has to be natural for me.
It has to be natural.
I can tell the difference personally.
Yes.
But I just like I don't want to like I just don't like this is gonna sound very stereotypical. I just don't want to see a man with a BBL, bro.
Yeah. Well, are those girls in Atlanta? Are those real? Are their Dunks real, or is that Brazilian butt lift?
It depends on the girl. It depends on the girl. Because
Cynthia and Portia.
I feel like Cynthia's is real because Cynthia was getting made fun of
right
being a giant ass on season 2 when she came on and she did the fashion show for the swimsuit company, and like they were all talking about how she on the runway, but her ass is twice the runway size.
I thought she looked awesome.
Yeah, she did.
She looked amazing, but Nene is a fake ass friend. So.
Look at Luann's body. Luann's body looks like she's 25 years old.
Amazing. Although it's a little thirsty to like show, like when she opened up her towel to show everybody, her body. I mean, that's a little, and then she was a little too flirty with the married house.
Michael guy.
Yeah.
Hey, if I had a body like that and I'm single, shit, I'll be doing that.
You're going to show it off.
Even Ramona's
a way to do it though. Like,
and Ramona.
Show off your body and not look.
True. But what other chance does she have to, I mean,
and then Ramona, being naked in the shower. Yeah, she just looked desperate and thirsty, I thought.
I felt bad.
She could have walked out in one of those sheer robes with the feathers on them in lingerie or a nasty negligee and walked out.
Or even her bathing suit. Exactly. If she walked out in her bathing suit, right, we would have all been like, wow. Yeah, you don't need to show... You don't need to show everything.
A married man, I
don't. That's why I feel like New York is not good for their mental state anymore. Not for Sonia, not for Luann, not Ramona. Like, we don't give you a spinoff and air you twice. Like, what the hell? And
watching them play volleyball, trying to all be more flirty than the other girls with the guys, and it was like
so many times year after
it's so
year.
Strange. It's like it's like these women, it's like you're wealthy, you're successful, you're attractive, and yet you're still desperate for the male attention.
Is declining. Like, I feel like she gets ridiculed and she gets she literally gets ridiculed every season, and it's like she's not even dealt with her marriage. The end of her marriage, we see that still bothers her. The Morgan letters.
Which
Sonia.
Sonia. Sonia. Yeah.
So then she goes on the show and she's hyped up. We love her, and she has a hyped couple seasons, and then after that, she goes downhill. People start talking about her, and that just makes her insecurities. It just shows her insecurity, and it's not good for her mental health. And And she's not. It's not cute when you're like showing everybody your naked body to this man
I
that his
think
friend just walked in.
that's got to be hard to age, to age on TV, especially
Right.
if you're used to being a pretty
Right.
girl and you're used to
Socialite.
getting attention, and all of a sudden you're in your 50s and 60s and you still define yourself by how much male attention you're getting. And, there's always going to be somebody younger and more beautiful, always. I mean, no matter how
Absolutely.
much surgery, so you've just got to have a bigger picture in your head of what you want for yourself, because if it's just the external beauty, no matter how much money you have, that's going
Yeah,
to
it's
break
just
down.
businesses, they fail. Like it's not good for everyone.
I
If
don't
they wanted
think
to start a
I couldn't
business,
do it.
you can't get one that stays off the ground, and it's a shame. It's like it's another rejection, more rejection, more rejection.
Yeah, I couldn't do it. I couldn't be a housewife, because you've got to.
I was just gonna ask you that, you guys. Do you think you could be a housewife?
No, because it would bring out.
I think I can be a housewife.
It would bring out my worst side.
I can.
Trish, I think you look like a housewife.
I mean, my
but I
business
am. That's the funny thing is that. But look at what I'm doing. I'm sitting here ironing, and so like nobody
I meant
really
that
wants.
as a compliment. I meant.
Thank you.
Beautiful.
Yeah. Oh, you're sweet.
All of you are. I'm just saying, you really look like a housewife. Like when you call in the morning and your hair's all curled. I have a 2-year-old, so
ready.
You're so kind.
Yeah, that's why I love wigs or hair pieces.
There you go.
And I'm just like Trish is all full of glam. I'm like, I'll be half. I'm in the camera. I got my mascara, and I'm like, hold on, Adam, hold on. And then Jordan's like, wait a minute, hold on, wait. I'm like, yeah,
I'm literally just like,
you're just showing up half ready.
Yeah, I'm just like, girl, I'm here. So y'all be glad I got out the bed, y'all. I'm here.
I'm just here to represent the actual, like, legit old lady housewives,
right?
Like ironing and cleaning and, doing the real thing. But I couldn't be on the Housewives just because, it's.
I'm already fighting with everybody.
I struggle, every day. One of the things I learned from my mother-in-law is that kindness is the most important thing. And it's so easy to give in to my baser elements, like wanting to be reactionary. And so I try to fight against that. But that's just the kind of thing that makes for good TV, is when you lose it and you're reactionary and you snap and you go on a rant. And that's something that I, as an individual, try not to do. So I don't think it would be good for my mental health. Plus, like I said, it's, how can you not compare yourself to the younger and prettier and people that come along? It's got to be really difficult on your self-esteem.
Yeah, I feel like I've already lived it. I fought with everybody around here. I fought with every one of my best friends, and we're no longer friends anymore. So it's like we had the Housewives curse because it ended all our friendship. Like seriously, like I don't know what else could possibly be. What they could have filmed that didn't happen. That happens. Like seriously, it's just. Except I didn't get paid for it, and my heart's broken. Like seriously, like we talk about ending friendships. Like I watch these ladies, and they just the way that Lisa spewed that hate on Meredith, like. Dude, I can't, speaking of M, like, just hearing what she says about me, I barely get that. So, like, I just can't imagine what Meredith was going through at that time. Like, what could she have possibly done to make her friend hate her? Like, could it really be the show? Like, could it really be this money and fame? Like, was it really for fame, like, that hot mic moment to take your friend out like that?
I just really believe that they have deep friendships, though. Like, if Lisa could throw a 20-year relationship with Angie that quickly, girl, that 10-year relationship with Meredith was nothing. Like,
it's not Lisa she's throwing Angie. It's Angie she's throwing Lisa to go to Whitney. It's like that, the story. Angie, she tried to insert so much with in Salt Lake. She shows the text messages to Whitney and Heather. She threw the tantrum about the story of the caterer, and she goes so much with Whitney than Lisa. And I remember one thing in the last reunion, Meredith say Lisa she's not everything, but Lisa she never speak about what Meredith she going through. She never say a word. about that.
And even if like she knew that Meredith was going through something even deeper, like that's even worse. Like
maybe because she felt betrayed. I think Lisa loved really Meredith, but I think one thing I can be an hunger with this, this hate when you love someone so much, and you don't see that coming,
and you're
you don't see
disappointed in him.
because it's love and hate is so much it's a thin line. It's very
maybe
passionate.
she felt abandoned by Meredith's friendship. Maybe in her head she felt abandoned by her friendship. Maybe
because you know what?
Well, plus Meredith is seen as like this, golden girl, perfect, person, and then Lisa.
Meredith sounds like Leah Remini.
Whereas Lisa knows the truth that Meredith, when she was separated from her husband, was sleeping around with a lot of people. Yeah, half of the Upper East Side, and so I got the
nothing that Meredith didn't already
Lisa.
admit to. She
story
said
about
we dated other
Meredith,
people.
she allegedly.
In all honesty,
goes
that's
with
probably
woman.
like 2 or 3 guys.
It's a one guy of New York say allegedly Meredith goes with a girl. It's this guy, I don't know, Harry Dubin. It's Harry Dubin said that allegedly.
Oh. Really?
Harry Dubin tried to seduce Meredith, and allegedly Harry Dubin said she said no because she preferred girls and boys also. And
wait. Hold on. Who tried to hook up with Meredith? That's a girl.
Harry Dubin.
Harry Dubin.
Yes.
I was like, who was that? Okay, I had to catch
Harry
up.
Dubin.
Harry Dubin said that it's in New York, and he said he tried to seduce her allegedly, and allegedly.
But Meredith said they're just acquaintances, though. I think it's most likely Tom.
Harry Dubin is just acquaintances.
Here's the thing. I think it's Tom D'Agostino.
He tried to hook up with everyone in New York. I don't know. We have franchise, no? Maybe.
Gross. Yeah, that's
Harry
gross.
Dubin. Maybe he go.
Make sure to get my new merch show. Harry Dubin is my homie.
He's everybody's homie.
He's acquaintances with everybody.
Do you think Harry Dubin tried with Jen Shah? Do you think he tried with Jen Shah?
Of course he did.
I don't know. He tried. I don't say he goes, but he tried.
Was Harry Dubin the original slave?
But I'm sorry, but
didn't they say that the person that both Meredith and Jen Shah hooked up with had some connection
who is this guy
on the case?
It's
Tom D'Agostino.
Who is this guy? I don't know. We don't know the name of the guy.
A company that pretty much Tom D'Agostino has a company that owns a platform that helps with multi-level marketing.
No.
Oh,
yeah. That's
Elaine and I did some research. We kind of
that's interesting.
Who is the guy?
We went through the recent episodes of the Real Housewives of New York. It kind of like, who are the guys that Ramona and Sonia were actually and we're like, it was pretty much Harry, Rocco, Tom, the other guy that was also, I think Peter, the guy that wanted to do
the guy with the scarf.
Not that one. That was more of a Bethany thing. But and then we were looking at what the businesses these people have. But Tom D'Agostino.
Who was the guy that Ramona was getting kicked out of John and Dorinda's party, and he was getting kicked out, and I think John had asked him to leave, but he was being rude to Ramona, but he was friends with the whole family. That guy, that creeper guy. He was friends.
I gotta go, but I love you guys. Love your channel, Jorja. Thank you so much. Bye, guys.
Love you.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.
But yes, it's the story of the guy. But I heard another story. It's maybe Meredith and Jen had, something one night together. It's a rumor. It's not sure.
No, it's in. Apparently, it's in the restaurant. That's why Jen Shao was saying how Meredith smelled like tuna.
Oh.
Ooh.
Guys. Oh. Do you
See,
think
we're
it's
like
true?
us housewives. You can't get shit past us, Bravo people. Because when you get a bunch of us in a room going on a deep dive, we figure shit the fuck out.
Do you think? Yes, I heard this story. It was the reason about whole story about the the Viv thing about like that, blah blah blah. It was broke. It's allegedly married.
Break that down one more time for Muddy Grace Gabriella. She missed it.
Okay. Allegedly, the story I heard, it's allegedly, it's a rumor. Meredith and Jen, they go together in New York and they had something together. It's maybe one night, I don't know. And they make something together in a room and it's what's happening. And Krista said, Jen, she said in the restaurant, Meredith.
No, the tea I heard was that Meredith and Jen met up at a steakhouse, and Jen was saying how they got a little they had a little too much fun, and Jen was trying to get down on Meredith, but then she was like, nah, because Meredith's coochie smells like tuna. I'm like, well, are they trying to have surf and turf at the steakhouse? Like, what's going on?
Oh, no.
Maybe that's not how she wanted her. She didn't want her seafood. That she wanted it that
raw.
But
no.
But what?
I mean, like, well, how do you that? See, I mean, what are they going to do? It right there, sitting at the table at the steak?
I honestly don't think that tea is real. I think so, but we know Jen Shah. Jen Shah likes hyperbole. Like, she likes to exaggerate a lot of things.
Right.
But I think, I honestly don't think they, like, the both of them actually had a thing together. I just don't see Meredith doing that. But I definitely think that they shared a guy together.
Oh, I think so too.
But not together, like not like a threesome, but like
they both dated
a mutual person. Like they dated.
Okay,
but
I've got a question.
Guy? Who is this guy? Who is this guy?
Harry.
I don't know. There's maybe Tom D'Agostino. Okay, I've got a question. When Brooks, okay, I guess I don't want to offend, but when Brooks and Meredith were talking about the fact that I guess Brooks hasn't even identified himself yet as one way or another or come out in any way. How do I put this? When, I guess it's different for everybody, but I just wonder, like with some folks, like I knew a boy in middle school, and I remember thinking in middle school that I thought he was not interested in females. And when we came back for like our 25th high school reunion, and I bumped into him, and he had come out as gay when we were in college. And, but I said to him, I remember in middle school saying, I think he's gay. And he said, I didn't even know in middle school that I was gay. And yet, because he was very attractive and girls were always hitting on him and he was never interested and he never dated anybody. And I always remember thinking, he kind of, I always suspected. And, but he said that he didn't even know or understand or suspect until he was much older. And I was always kind of confused. And then when Brooks, they said that, Brooks hadn't come out, and even though Andy or somebody else had mentioned something about Brooks being effeminate or being gay, I'm confused. I'm like, how does he not know? Is that
because
offensive to ask?
He doesn't know, really? Because
maybe it has nothing to do with him.
Does he not know or not?
Nothing to do with him admitting, because I don't think that he ever said he didn't know. I just feel like him coming out is his own journey and his own time frame. So it's like, I could be. There are plenty of people who are clearly gay, or who appear to be clearly gay based on what we know of as, stereotypical markers of male effeminacy, right?
Yeah, like
so there are plenty of people.
Unlike me, I'm very straight, by the way. So
yes,
go on,
yes, you are a very heterosexual man. All you have ever dated is cisgender women.
Exactly. Yeah,
we completely
very
get
straight.
it. Unlike Joe. Unlike Joe,
Besides Joe,
men out there who are very clearly appearing to lean towards a certain demographic of people, right? But somebody can look away, and that doesn't like. How am I trying to say this? Somebody's presentation doesn't open the door for your assumptions about who they are. Do you get what I'm saying?
That's
like a man could be sitting around, like a man could be sitting in a bar wearing go-go boots, hot pants, with
and be so much
a
hetero
full
guy,
half wig, and if he's saying he's straight, we can question that to ourselves all we want to, but he's entitled to identify or present however he feels he wants to present. Do you get what I mean? So it's like, I get why Brooks was so upset.
Yeah.
The I think it's more so Meredith kind of, she's alluding to the fact that maybe he doesn't know. And I think it's just less about he hasn't been comfortable enough to come out. If he is whatever he is. Now, there are just feminine men out there who are straight.
He has the right to not share this information. He has the right to be private about that. He's not in the show. It's his mother in the show. It's just...
it's just nobody's business to tell it for him, right?
Yes, but
like it's not anybody's place.
Exactly. And we're not really,
but he doesn't want a label
really
on
not
him.
even sure if
He
he's
wants
gay.
he wants freedom. He want to be free. He want to be okay. If I want to fuck to have anyone in the world, it's my choice. It's private. I don't want to be labeled. I want to be free. Let me be myself with any obligation. It's what.
Well, that's what I like. Is I don't think I don't. Yeah, the fact that we all, me included, that our automatic reaction is to label and to try to put people in certain boxes, and that's just because it's easier for our brains, to.
But Meredith, she
okay, you're this, you're that, you're the other, but you're right.
She's good in that.
And that's how. And go ahead.
She's defending her son and said, let him in peace. And I think what she was very, angry against Jen, because Jen, she wants to provoke the situation and say, he saw my coochie, he's and she wants to say, okay, Brooke, say you are gay, and no, she say, let my son in peace. Stop that. And she doesn't want.
Well, yeah, nobody should ever be going after anyone else's kids. That's just insane.
She should have just assumed that. She just assumed it.
Yeah. Well, and I mean, first of all, you shouldn't be going after anyone's kids. Second of all, you should never be talking about somebody else's sex. I mean, it's none of your business. So that was wrong on every level. I was just curious in my own mind, I've like, when I first heard it, I interpreted it as, he doesn't even know yet, where he is on the spectrum. And, my immediate flash and, was like, okay, sit down, sis, I'll tell you, but I understand Jordan is saying that it's not about, he might know inside. It's his journey, though, as to sharing it with others, and that's a different thing than not knowing.
Be figuring it out. Like, just because he's attracted to men doesn't necessarily mean he's gay. He could be bisexual. He could be pansexual. He could be figuring out what his gender identity is, which could directly have an effect on his sexual orientation. Because if you identify as a woman, but you're attracted to men, that doesn't make you a gay man because you were assigned male at birth. You're attracted to men, but you identify as a woman. You're a heterosexual.
Can we talk about how beautiful he is? I mean, Brooks, male, female, or in between, is a beautiful human being. He is just
That
stunning
family
with
is
his
just
bone
beautiful.
structure. His skin is beautiful. His eyes are beautiful. His lips are always chapsticked, like
No,
Hold on for a second.
supple
Chloe's
and
beautiful
moist.
too, and so is Reed.
It
Can
reminds
we
me
talk?
this
Reed, but Reed's
Italian,
cute.
statue, like very antique Italian man statue, very this Greek body with this very good,
Yes.
feature in the face. He has very, sculptural face, very beautiful aesthetically, but sometimes I see he was so, erased in his attitude in him. He doesn't want to be in front of, but it's strange to me because he's beautiful, but he don't have a presence very strong in the show.
Because he's so young yet too.
He knew what he was doing. He's like, I'm bored of this.
Yes, it's like that.
I was wondering why we didn't see as much of Brooks this season, because he literally quit college. He didn't quit college to come home and film the show, but we saw so much of him last season.
I hope he's in a lot of next season. I hope he gets a lot more camera time, because I feel like we wasted so much camera time we wasted it on arguing about his grandfather's funeral or memorial. We wasted on screaming about, the person that is no longer with us, or those two people no longer with us. So the people that started the show really didn't get a lot of we didn't get a chance to really let them shine, because it's been taken over by a bunch of dumb fuckery.
But I love, do you see the scene of the photo shoot, with all this magnific, costume in silk with the shower? It's just
with
insane.
The pink pajamas.
Yes,
the pink pajamas. Yes, with all the pajamas
green,
in the jewel tones,
blue, everything like that.
I thought it looked more like a pajama commercial than a jewelry commercial, though, because of all the beautiful jewel tone silk pajamas they were wearing.
Yes, but in Paris you have very elegant women. They wear this pyjama to go to work. A costume set like that, with silk, everything like that. I see. Yes, I had one too, and I go to work with that one like that too. It's very classy.
Wow.
Yes, I found one. Yes, with a pelican on it, pink pelican, pink flamingo.
Wow.
On my pyjama set, and all my colleagues said, "Oh, it's so insane." Yes, it's insane because it's Paris. It's a fashion week. I said like that.
Nice.
Yes.
Yeah, I've heard that the pajamas. People wearing pajamas as outerwear. I mean, it's the next step, right? We've all been cooped up in our house wearing leisure wear, and so now to just have nice silk pajamas that you can wear outside.
It's before COVID. It's before COVID. It's before COVID. I had this pink flamingo set, outwear pyjama. I love that. I found it in thrift shop. It's very. I loved it. It was the summer.
I love thrift shopping.
Or the spring like that. But when I see the photo shoot, I loved it because the decorum and the mountain and everything like that. It's so so sexy, so fun. Oh, it's insane to me. I love that. I love this photo shoot. And you see Brooke and his sister, the connection when they're speaking. It's very funny,
So pretty.
It was cute. It was cute.
Yeah, it was a gorgeous setting. Last thing I want to cover, because I'm about to go get something to eat in just a minute, but I did want to talk about, because we were talking about beautiful children.
What? We haven't been here long, Jorja. What are you talking about?
Well, I mean, I'm just saying, I just wanted to stop in and say, hey, I didn't want to, set a clip or anything. But before we go, can we talk about the fact that Frankie Catania, they just dropped that they just dropped in the episode that he has a ball gag and just skirted right on by.
No, they said it was a gag gift from some party.
For sure.
Yeah, so was Cards of Humanity. So are the tick marks that were in the ball gag too, according to Gavin.
And were they really Frankie Juniors, or were they Frank Seniors and Frankie Junior just happened to have them in his room?
I don't give a damn. Longest listen.
He can use it on me.
I gotta get on.
He can use
I gotta
it
get
on
over here.
me.
I gotta get out of here. You know what? I'm about to go. Krista, we will continue this in the DMs.
Because I'm telling you, I don't think it's Frankie Jr.'s. I don't think it's Frankie Jr.
I love Frankie. Oh wait, what? I missed something because I got dropped for a second. Wait, what are you all talking about? Frankie Jr.'s what?
He had a
ball.
In this
the
last
ball
episode, they were mentioning that he had a ball gag in his room or whatever, blah blah blah, and I was just so happy to know.
She was so happy to hear it.
Yeah,
he is a cutie pie. I would not kick him out of bed for eating crackers.
As a sex positive woman, I just enjoy the fact that he's explorative. I love that.
He's so cute. He's so cute. Yeah. Except that my son is probably around the same age, so I can. Blah, blah, blah.
Fair enough.
Yeah, speaking
22, I'm like, oh, that's
he is
22.
He's 22. Oh boy. Maybe we shouldn't do this conversation.
Young, legal. Woo!
It's legal.
It's legal.
You can do it. I do. I don't do 22. I do 25.
No, that's too young. I mean, that's like a fish that you have to throw back. You know, it's not fully formed. You have to throw the fish back. It's not, you know.
25, 25 is good. 25.
Look at Frank Senior.
I've got to work for Joe.
Frank Senior 22. Look at that. Look at that at 22. And
yeah.
Just, you know.
What did they say?
Ebony Dex with a whip. Yeah.
What did they say? You cut your age in half and then add 7.
Yeah.
That's the lowest you can go. So if I'm 50,
goes talking about Joe Mendoza needs a whip. Well, I've got
25
one for him,
but
he just. But according to Joe, my dick is little, so we ain't gonna.
No, I did not. No. I did not say that.
Like I said, we'll continue this in the DMs. But I'm gonna go get something to eat, ladies. Not so gentleman. I appreciate you so much.
Thank you for
being here.
I hope you're feeling better.
I'm feeling a little bit better. This definitely helped. I'm probably gonna come on tomorrow and chat, probably for not as long, but I'm gonna come on and chat tomorrow. I'm working on some other ideas and stuff that I'm working on. I'm like I've got a project that I'm working on. I've got some videos that I was working on, and I've got this interview that I need to edit.
Oh no, OnlyFans! Oh my god!
I mean,
I heard that. Oh boy.
No, Joe.
Suggesting you the idea, but I don't think anybody would want to
bouncing the idea around a little bit. Just
I say one thing about OnlyFans. You know, you have some cats. I had OnlyFans account, and they make money with just cats in OnlyFans, not feet, cat. And they make so much money.
What kind of cat? What kind of cat?
Hairless.
Oh, so okay.
No, a real cat, very funny and real cats. They make a video about the cats. They had, €10,000 dollar per month. It's insane. I see that. It's a cat. I go a cat.
No, I was just making a play on the word.
I just heard. I'm like, I heard cat. I think I should.
But no, I'm gonna go and get something to eat and get ready for my kid to get home from school. But I'm probably gonna come on tomorrow. Probably not stay as long. But
you never know who's watching.
Well, I mean, my DMs are open. Y'all can follow me at Jorja Carolina, JORJA Carolina, like both states. I'm officially I'm officially Jorja Carolina on everything.
Can you send me the real Big Sean deal? Or in the group chat.
Hit me on Twitter and remind me, and I'll go and I'll find it, because I don't think I saved it, but I did scroll through it through my backup.
And we need to look up.
And I'll figure that out.
And we need to look up the TMZ Joe Gorga thing too when we get off.
Yeah, look it up.
Yes, I go to see that.
Oh, you don't need to. I'll just look it up. I'll just go to the TMZ.
It's pretty good. I came right up. So.
All right, guys. Well, thank you.
Bye bye. Bisous bisous.
Bye.
Bye bye.
Bye. Love you.
Love you.
Love you. Bye. Thank you guys so much. Oh, y'all dropped out quick. Damn. Hey. NYC Boricua. Hey. Love you so much. Thank you, baby. Thank y'all so much for being here. I really appreciate y'all. This has been a fun live. I expected to be on for like maybe an hour and a half, but good times. I appreciate everyone for calling in. Krista, Trish, Joe, Gabriella, Michelle, everybody. I appreciate all of you guys so much. Ebony stopping by. Thank you guys so much. Everybody down here in the chat, y'all have been amazing. I appreciate y'all. We'll be back tomorrow sometime. It'll probably be around the same time. With Adam doing his show on Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. I'm trying not to directly line up with the time frame. So if I'll do Adams in the morning, then I'll probably come on and do a show sometime in the afternoon. So I'll figure that out. I will make a post and say something about it regardless. But I'll talk to you guys soon. And I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you want me to cut this up and put clips up as videos later on, let me know and I'll try to figure that out. And again, if you like the video, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell, do all of the things. And I appreciate you all. So until the next time, I will holler at y'all later. Peace.